Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. Oh, wrestling podcast featuring Matt Zion, Bomber Rap, Scott and Lee, and the one and only Peanut. It's Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. It's Jobber Radio. Bitches.
Get those marks going.
Bring it up! It started with Lee saying, let's get these marks going.
I just spilled alcohol all over me. That's fucking great.
Oh no, but I'm gonna fuck Lee tonight because he's making me shoved up.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Jobber Radio episode. Man, I missed the last one. What the hell did you guys call it? 81? What is it? 82 now?
Yeah, it was 81
Okay.
when we took over.
Yeah, I missed that one. A couple other people did too, but now we're here, 82. This is being released on Thanksgiving Day. So 2018, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Thanksgiving, whatever the hell you guys call it. I'm Jake, aka Bomber, and we almost got a full crew here today. First of all, we got Peanut. Peanut's in the house. Peanut, how you doing?
I'm back. 2 shows in a row, as always. I'm always here.
First ever.
First ever, probably. Yeah, I'm ready to do this. I've watched a little bit of thingies. I'm ready to talk about a new Wolverine movie coming out, so let's do this.
Okay, yep, that's the main topic of today's podcast. We're here with Matt Zion. Matt Zion, how are you faring on this day and night?
Shooting strings and flicking beans, baby.
That sounds racist, but we're gonna keep going. Lee, how are you doing?
Pretty good.
Your non-Thanksgiving land up there.
No, I was going to say, before you turned it all personal, I was going to say happy Thanksgiving to all of my brothers and sisters down in the U.S. Celebrate giving those gimmicked blankets to the Native Americans and wiping out most of their population.
Hey.
And let's keep this classy.
Hey, kayfabe, brother. Kayfabe.
Yeah, somebody had to take over, okay?
Somebody had to do it, exactly. What would they do? Take care of the environment?
Exactly.
This is
Come on, guys. We're exposing the business here.
We're exposing the United States business, yeah.
and Lee is not the only non-Thanksgiving guy here today. Scott is also here. Scott, how are you doing?
You do know we have Thanksgiving in October. We have Thanksgiving. We just already had.
No, hold on. Hold on. Let me
Thanksgiving.
clarify this.
That doesn't
it's not
count.
the same thing.
You can't say non-Thanksgiving.
Nobody cares about the Canadians. Just go live in your igloos, okay?
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that.
Happy Boxing Day. Let's move on.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, we put our Aboriginals in massive reservations and gave them free smokes and booze and guns.
Yeah,
I like all of that.
That's
What a waste of taxpayer money. Just kill them.
That's kind of what happened. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we got dark quick here. Just heads up. I just started recording, so Matt Zion, I'm gonna need just the beginning of this after we're done.
I wasn't recording. You didn't tell me to record. I can download it.
Your stream, yeah.
Yeah, I can download.
I just
it
need
after,
literally
sure.
just the first part, just because it was just too good to redo. Too good. We got into racism and Canadians and all that stuff. We can't lose that.
Who's ever still listening, thank you.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, whoever's still listening, we saved that for you. So
Yeah, this is a wrestling podcast, by the way.
yeah, this is a wrestling podcast. We're here to talk about.
It is?
Yeah, we're here to talk about things that just went down. We're talking Survivor Series 2018. We're talking. That's pretty much it. Let's just be honest.
No,
Hey,
TakeOver.
I was at NXT Live. It was fantastic.
Oh, okay, I guess we can talk a little takeover if you want to. I guess.
Yes, please.
Okay, well, I guess since you were there, we might as well start with it. I saw you said it was good, but not as good as the Ghost concert you went to.
That is correct.
Explain that first of all.
So, for those that don't know, I saw Ghost, which is a really, really awesome kind of metal band. It kind of depends on the songs. But just an awesome band. I saw them at the Forum, which is where the Lakers used to play in Inglewood, California. That place, like, the actual comfort level is terrible. It was built in, like, the 40s or something, so it was like people were apparently all midgets back then.
Oh.
But the sound quality, holy shit, that was fantastic. Like, what an awesome concert. Apparently, that's the largest concert they've headlined to date, so it was a pretty big deal for them. You could tell they were kind of kicking it. NXT was really good, like, really, really good. I just was a little disappointed with the WarGames, because live, you couldn't really see everything all that well, and it just kind of, until everybody got in the ring, it was just slow. Like, it just felt like, somebody would basically come out, maybe get a pop from the cage, and then that would be it. They'd be like, wait until the next person comes out. But once everybody got into the match, it was great. The highlight for me though was easily Dream versus Ciampa. That was great. Wow, that was the crowd was mega hot for that. Like there was nobody sitting down during that match, and Gargano and Black was also pretty damn good as well.
I was gonna say, to me, that was my favorite match tonight because they were.
I loved Dream.
They were striking the fuck out of each other.
They were, but
killing each other.
Ciampa and Dream towards the end like had the crowd eating out of the palm of their hand. I felt like, whereas like people were paying attention to the story that Gargano and Black were giving out. Like I felt like people were paying attention more, and then there was just more raw drama between Dream almost winning the titles. So, but good all around. But all four of those guys deserve a standing ovation because those matches were awesome.
I thought the women's match was pretty good too. I thought Baszler and
I don't remember anything that happened, so that's why I kind of just think like whatever.
Well, obviously the four horsewomen got involved. They did a little.
I kind of felt like that was it though, right? It felt like it just got them over, and that was kind of the point, was just to make them, and that's
the
match itself.
Dakota Kai and Io Shirai, but
it was a setup. It was a setup for that. I mean, it was like one of the quickest, best 2 out of 3 falls matches you could hope to see. Like it was. I think it was the shortest match on the card.
Oh yeah.
No, bro.
Well, I'm not counting that.
7 seconds for
So I have 2 funny things to say. The first one was Dakota Kai was really funny because she runs out. And this one fan goes, "Oh, I think that's Dakota!" And so like they're cheering, little sections cheering for her. She like does the boot, right? And she takes down, I think it's Strong's wife, but she boots her, and then within a second, she's just getting her ass handed to her. Like she walked into a fight, got a lucky punch, and then the much better fighters just started brutalizing her.
Yeah.
And this guy in the crowd just goes, "Oh, Dakota's getting her ass kicked." It's really funny. And then the other funny story was the Matt Riddle thing. One of our guys in our cast, Rosen, went specifically to see Ono and Riddle one-on-one. Like that, he was like, "I'm here for this match only," and then it ended immediately.
Wow!
One knee strike and that's it. Yeah,
he was there. He was there to see that. That's sad.
Yeah, and I texted him as a good friend would. The moment that Cassius had the 3 count, I just texted him.
Lee, are you a fan of the bro? The bro guy?
I like him.
Do you not like Ono? I'm sensing something out of you.
I don't hate either of the guys. Like I think Ono's perfectly good as the guy to put people over. I just feel like a 7-second match is a waste of everyone's fucking time. But I like Matt Riddle. I mean, even though his persona is kind of dopey, I can get over it because he's a really good worker, and I've seen a lot of his stuff in the indies. As of late, and so I'm a fan.
This is good. I got a question for you guys. I've seen a little bit of Matt Riddle. I have probably not seen as much as most have. He did it was like a little backstage segment at the NXT before this, before TakeOver, where, I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but Ono came up and he was like, "Hey, yeah, I called you out and you backed out," all that kind of stuff. And Matt Riddle was so, when I say he was bad, like awkward and like horrendous, I mean he was really bad. Is that a thing where he says debut instead of debut, or is that just him messing up?
No, he fucked it up.
Did he really fuck that up?
He made fun of it. He made fun of it though. He posted on Instagram.
I don't follow him or anything. Okay, he literally said debut, and I was like,
yeah, he pointed it out. He was cracking a joke about it.
He is really not doing much of a character beyond himself to the next level. I've seen him back from his UFC days when he's doing promotional fights for stuff, and it's literally the same exact thing.
Okay. Yeah, he's what's his name from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. He's
much better RVD. He is.
Yeah, he's RVD who can work.
Oh no, I've seen some matches now. No, he's legit. Like I've seen some good shit in the ring now, but I have not really seen much of like that stuff. Him talking. That's why I was wondering. See, I didn't know if it was like his.
No, that's why he's in NXT, and that's why they got him in the Performance Center. He'll learn that shit.
Yeah. So I didn't know if that was like a thing he does, like debut, or like he makes up words or shit.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Yeah, no, he's just the stoner dude.
It looked like he got a script, and he was like, "I don't know what the fuck this word is." Debut.
Oh yeah, that's a guy.
That's
you do
entirely
not
possible.
Yeah.
It's WWE. No doubt.
Probably exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
no, I agree. The 7-second was kind of a waste because he is good, and people were like, let's see it. Oh, it's over in a strike. It was kind of neat, but those guys could have had a decent, even 5 minutes of something.
I'm sure they'll probably get it at the next takeover, the one before Royal Rumble. I'm sure.
Yeah. It's not like they didn't have time because that fucking WarGames match was 20 minutes too long.
I mean, I think it needs to be epic though, and I think you have to like I said, the first build into it was a little, it dragged a little, but I think that's the point though, is that it's this big epic spectacle. So I'm kind of okay with that.
You can do an epic match in 27 minutes.
You can, but then it's not as epic. Like,
it's all how you work it, brother.
Well, hold on. The thing is, though, it was a WarGames match, so it's got to be paced out where the guys come out. Yeah. So it was a match like designed kind of.
And they hid what's his name's injury really, really well.
Who's injured?
British dude.
Knuckles.
Tyler Bate.
I always forget his fucking name. Is that his name?
Dunn?
I just tossed one out.
Who's in the fucking match?
Pete Dunne. I'm saying it.
Pete Dunne, yeah.
Oh. That's the first Pete Dunne match that I've seen in full.
Really?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Every time that he's been on like an NXT episode, I happen to just not see it. I don't know why. It's just
I've never seen any of his previous takeovers.
I didn't see him and Tyler Bate either. No.
Wow. The tournament final when Bate beat him was good. When Dunn beat him was good. It was Dunn and Gargano, I think, had a title match was good.
Yeah.
He's always been.
Yeah, I like him, but he has a fucked up foot, I guess. So that's why they did that booking, which is really smart, protected him.
Well, it was the way they did it was stupid though, because it was like the fucking referees all saw, what was it? Bobby Fish put the fucking the other lock on there, and then when the referee goes to let him out of the cage. He unlocks the first lock, then he tries to unlock the second lock with the key. He's like, "It's not working." Yeah. No shit, dumb fuck. It's a different lock.
That was Drake Younger, okay? So let's tone down the dumb.
I mean, that's wrestling though, Lee.
That was my man Drake.
They had literally 3 minutes to be like, we should probably get a new key for that or somebody to fix that. Because in 3 minutes we got to let him out. So.
That didn't bother me. That did not bother me. It's wrestling. I can get it's a little fucking weird. That's okay. That didn't even cross my mind.
But they did put Pete Dunne over big time in that match. Like he looked like fucking $1 million. Had my favorite spot in the entire pay-per-view.
You know what? I caught that spot too, Lee. That was a great spot. You can go for it. Yeah, you can say it. Yeah.
I think it was Roderick Strong. He did it too. He sent a Strong head first into the cage, and
then suplexed him.
Yeah, as the Strong was bouncing off the fucking cage, he caught him with the snap German. It was like, holy fuck.
And
that was so good.
The good thing about it was you could tell it was like, I assume it was an improvised move. They could have planned it. I don't know. But it looked so improvised. Like, it was just on the spot. That's what I really liked about it. It looked like it was just, like, natural.
No, he's like, I'll throw you in and catch you.
Yeah.
Lee, you weren't a fan of the double backflip.
No.
I didn't like it that much. Yeah,
didn't. It really didn't land right to knock down.
No, you're talking about Ricochet when he did the spot.
It looked awesome, but it landed too far to the side.
Yeah, he kind of overshot a little bit.
He's leaping.
He barely got it around.
From one ring to the other was much better.
Yeah. No, I didn't like that spot because it took too long to set up where everyone was just standing there waiting to catch him. I always hate that shit.
What did they do last year? Was that the suplex?
Yeah,
that one was pretty cool.
They did that last year, and then they did a variation of it this year too, which also sucked. I always hate those. I hate those big towering fucking everyone's hooked everyone to do a suplex bullshit. I hate those spots.
I was worried about this one because Cole was literally just hanging off the top, and like he was just straight up and down. I was like, dude, one little slip, he could fall right down his fucking head.
I thought that one was fine. It was at least more creative than last year's. It kind of made sense. They were just hanging off of it, and they just went from there. It wasn't like a corner bullshit as always.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I thought the match was pretty good. If I did have one part where I wasn't the biggest fan of, it's when Dunn came out. He took way too long getting the weapons in the ring and stuff. It seemed like that took
they were
forever.
Protecting him, though. That's the whole point. They were trying to keep him out of the match as much as they
could.
No.
I mean, it took him a long time to get the shit into the ring.
I think that was a part of it. I really do think a lot of it was just to keep him out, because again, they were like, he had to fight his way into the ring and stuff.
Yeah,
so
maybe I don't know.
I would say there was one spot that killed the crowd. They were building up for that, remember the spear through the table that was in the middle of the rings? Well, they kept teasing a powerbomb, and the fans were going fucking crazy, and then Fish hit, like, the laziest spear I think I've ever seen, and I was curious, like, why he didn't look very good in this match at all.
He was apparently feeling like really gingerly on his leg. Apparently,
he didn't.
It is one of his first ones back still, right? He's had a couple matches here and there, but
like I guess he went backstage and he thought he had re-injured it, and they tested him and said he was fine. Like Triple H came out and talked about it, but yeah, he just didn't look good. He looked like he was super nervous, super tender, and he was moving his leg around when he really didn't need to. And I was like, I really hope he's all right.
I saw they did a move.
I was worried.
Yeah, they did a move in the far away ring that I saw when it looks like he tweaked it. You could even see everybody like going to him and going, "Hey, you okay? You okay? You okay?" Yeah, I saw when they did that. He kind of like somebody like rolled over it. One of the War Raiders guys kind of rolled over his leg when he fell down. But yeah, I did see that. So. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. That would be horrible if he got taken out.
Yeah, speaking of someone who's just gone through a very minor knee injury, I can totally understand the fucking mindset of, oh fuck, I just fucked myself up again, didn't I?
Yeah, it's with you forever. You always think about it.
Yeah, but overall, like, what was your guys? I mean, it's an NXT show, so I assume it's going to be thumbs up, but like thumbs up, thumbs down. Does anybody give it a thumbs down?
No,
I'm giving it a thumb. I'm giving it a thumbs in the middle.
Really?
In the middle?
In the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, what was there something that really didn't work for you? Like the overall
I liked the women's match, but I wish it was longer. WarGames was too long for me. I really liked Dream and Ciampa. I thought that was match of the night. That was really good stuff. But the Black Gargano thing, as good as it was, I'm just getting tired of the NXT formula of let's eat 18,000 finishers in the last 10 minutes. It's getting to me where I can't watch those matches anymore. I'm having the same problem in Japan as well. So.
What do you mean by like finishers though? Like because Black only hit his finisher a couple times. Do you mean like
I think he more means finishing moves, like match-ending moments,
like big knees, like big, like because he had like a bunch of big strikes,
I think, right?
No, I thought it was pretty good with Black and Gargano because Gargano's established all year in the past 2 years that he can take a licking and keep going until you finally put him down. So that kind of worked here, where that's his thing. I had no problem with that, but he was hitting Black with those, and Black kept coming out. I'm like, well, okay, that's okay. They're both doing this, so
yeah.
I get what you're saying. I still loved it, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm having the same problem with like New Japan these days, where it's just you see guys getting smashed in the back of the head and taking bumps on the head over and over again in like the last 10 minutes of a fucking match, where it's just like, dude, what do these people need to go down at this point? Like, it's just starting to look unbelievable, and it's taking me out of the match. But
now, I've got a different question for you, Matt, because you were there. Like, I've never seen a cage match live or anything like that. So how hard was it to see through that thing?
Yeah, our side was bad. We actually had really like good seats that were dead on to the rings. But we were more facing the ring that's furthest away from the entrance ramp. So like we didn't get them both right in front of us. So that's why I think the WarGames in our area wasn't as good. But then my buddies had WarGames spots or spots where they could see the full WarGames ring, and they said it was fine. So it's just one of those things. It's a cage. I've seen cage matches before where you see a really good shot of the cage or whatever. I'm right up against it, cool. But then you go, I got the corner. Fuck. I can't see anything. It's just one of those things. It's fine. I'm gonna go back eventually and watch it on the network again, and then I bet I'll like it more once.
Yeah, it was filmed really well. Like it was shown well with the rings.
That's almost where you think like the cheap seats are probably the better seats. You can see up over a lot of the cage.
No, because I saw pictures from my buddies that were next to it. Like more the view was just seeing the side, and it looked great from the side. Like you could see everything from the side.
Yeah, the cheap seats are in danger too because you get that top border thing.
That's what.
And if you're too high up, you literally have that in the middle of your view.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, unfortunately I've only seen a couple cage matches in person, so.
Yeah, same here. It was like one was good and one we couldn't see shit.
Yeah. One was at my local promotion, and it was amazing. But anyway.
Yeah, I think I've only saw one. It was a house show one where they put up the little hinky-dinky cage. So that doesn't really count for me.
Yeah, that's why they need to bring that the big blue with the huge
oh god, yeah,
squares so you can see in there better. But anyway, does anybody else got any NXT thoughts? What do you guys? Are you excited about the next one? You leaving excited, hoping for the future, or was just that was another good NXT show?
No, it was fantastic. I thought it was one of the better ones. I really liked I like what they're doing with Gargano. which I didn't think at first I was going to like it, but it's kind of like, well, he basically at the end of the day, I don't know if he's necessarily a full-blown heel. He just thought Black was in the way, and he took an advantage. He's kind of like a Venom a little bit. I mean, that's what he was dressing up as.
Dude, that's the best. That's the best heels, though.
There was a bit, he goes back and forth.
He had him ready to tap, and he's yelling, "I'm the hero! Tap out! I'm the hero!"
Yeah. He thinks he's right when he's clearly got some issues.
I love it.
That's the best
and
heels.
he is such a great babyface, but he's doing little things just on top of that as a heel, and it's even better.
Yeah,
I didn't think it would be. It's so good.
I was telling Tom, old man Tom, the person I do the other streaming shit with, and I was like, well, you remember when he was like, it was like 3 a.m. and Ciampa's like, he won't leave my house, he's trying to get in, and then at the time we looked at it like, oh, he's just so pissed, he's not gonna let this stand, he's gonna beat the shit out of Ciampa, he needs answers. And then I was like, after this match with Black, I'm like, oh, okay, Johnny Gargano is mentally ill.
Yeah.
He's a mentally ill person. Like, that's his gimmick, is he just
Psychopath.
doesn't understand.
Yeah. Where do you think he goes from here? Because I mean, obviously,
I think he's gonna go back to being a babyface. Honestly, I think they're
Wait,
just.
already?
I think this was just explaining what happened with Black, and he's probably gonna start just scooting back over there, but with a little more attitude.
Well, I agree. I think the idea here is that he went the way he did, and he's going to find that this didn't work either. So now what? And kind of refind his way.
And when they were talking to each other in the ring, too, Black was saying something about, I'm going to absolve you of your sins or whatever. So it's like, it seems like they're playing in that storyline where Gargano got to this point where, oh shit, I've gone too far, and he might, start reeling it back to the old Gargano again.
He saw the error of his ways, yeah.
Yeah, kind of thing.
I think he's getting called up soon, personally. I think it's just a matter of time now. He's doing the honors on the way out as well.
I would not be surprised if he was in the Rumble or something like that.
Maybe. That was one of my predictions, that he was going to, either him or Ciampa was going to be in the Rumble, and they actually won it, but I know that's like super out.
No, that's not happening.
No. Yeah, that would
I'd be
never
for
happen.
it, but it's just not going to happen.
No, I could actually
still
see them
think
doing
205
that
Live.
now at some point.
Yeah, I think 205 Live also, actually.
Maybe.
Probably.
That would be not as good for them, but
No, it wouldn't be, but I just think that's where they're going.
but that's
Triple
what they
H is in
do.
charge of them.
Yeah, I mean, they still would be with Triple H, so I guess that's probably the safer thing as far as, I don't know. It depends. It'll be interesting to see where they go. I wonder, because after this, I'm kind of wondering where Gargano is going to go as far as opponent-wise. Are they going to go back to the triple threat that they were supposed to have at the last NXT, or are they going to, like, is he going to have...
Black at least. I gotta think Black gets the shot.
Black against Ciampa, that's obvious, but where does Gargano is what I'm saying. Like, he lost to Black, he's lost to Ciampa a couple times. Like, where does he go? So, unless he gets called up, there's no immediate opponents, I feel, for him.
I also just don't see him being called up, within a month, though.
No.
They could stick him in a feud with Undisputed Era. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
I think he could literally float. Well, I wouldn't say
he
the next
feud
takeover,
with-
but he could carry not necessarily having an opponent. You know what I mean? I think his gimmick.
He
If
could
you wanna-
feud with anybody. You could end up having him with Keith Lee or Matt Riddle or EC3 or Cole. They could simply have something happen and now they're feuding. Like, there doesn't need to be a long thing. NXT doesn't overthink that stuff.
If you,
So
if-
they could
Gargano is
easily
the
do that for
NXT
them.
Jericho.
well, yeah. If you want to rebuild him as a babyface, like if he wants to take the turn back to, oh, I made a big mistake and I have to pay for it. What better way than to have like the entire Undisputed Era, who are just now really pissed off by having their asses handed to them in a big match. They decide, we're going to pick on this Gargano motherfucker. And everybody in that group is just going after him. And he could have like a feud with them for a couple months. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Book it.
Yeah, there it is. Last thing I have to say about the NXT is I really like the Undisputed Era's attire. They were all matching. They had their names on the back of their trunks and stuff. That was really cool. I really liked it.
I almost made the joke.
It's something
to say, like, could you tell them apart live? But then I remembered that.
It was stupid. It was small, but I really liked that. It was cool. I really liked that. Anybody else? Anybody got anything else before we go on to the big dog? Not Roman Reigns. Survivor
I was like, what, we're talking about Roman?
What the hell are you talking about?
Going on with Big Dog. Here we go, Big Dog.
Survivor Series. Anybody?
Oh, let's go.
Going once, going twice? Yeah, okay. Here we go. All right. To me, I think, this is just personal opinion. It may be unpopular. Here we go.
I already know what's coming out of your fucking mouth. Completely incorrect.
I think this is one of the super rare occasions where WWE topped NXT.
Whoa.
Oh, you are completely wrong, and everybody
weekend.
thinks
It is easily one of the best ones of the year.
This is I really, up to this point, the Royal Rumble of this year for WWE was my favorite WWE, that is, pay-per-view of the year, and I think this weekend topped it. I think Survivor Series did top the Royal Rumble.
The only reason I disagree is because Dream and Ciampa, for me, live, was an incredible experience. Like, the last 5 minutes of that match, it was almost like they had the crowd eating out of the fucking palm of their hand, and so, like, Bryan and Brock was really good. There were a lot of great matches. I will say Survivor Series was great. I liked it. I actually think it's a very good pay-per-view. It's just, come on now. Don't be ignorant. NXT was way better.
Well, I wouldn't say ignorant. I mean, I feel like since you were there at the NXT show, you maybe swayed a little bit. But
I don't think so, because, I mean,
there's some truth in that.
I feel like Survivor Series had weird booking decisions, though. That really, really upset me in some regards.
You started your explanation here. It might have just been I was live watching the show, but I thought NXT was better. So you already made an excuse.
But I've also never, ever, ever, ever went and said that the WWE show is better than NXT. So, I mean, that's fair. To me, it's a fair assumption to make.
Just sounds like you're a biased motherfucker.
I mean, I like that. Survivor Series was a step in the right direction. I had problems with it, and we'll get to it when we break it down match by match. Like, each match had one thing that annoyed me, and that's not enough to say it's a bad show at all. I mean, it was a very good show, but just certain things.
Well, okay. Well, let's just start off here. I mean, let's start off on the pregame, because they kicked it off, or the pre-show, whatever you want to call it. They kicked it off fucking...
Nope.
What a terrible match that was.
Terrible? What do you mean?
Terrible.
That was
I disagree.
That was a botchamania. That was a botchamania exhibition. They were fucking
the Lucha House Party did botch a lot. I will give you that.
No, it wasn't just them. The fucking Revival kept fucking things up all the time. And I don't care about the Lucha Party. Fuck them. Who cares? Make them ride lawnmowers and dance to mariachi.
Dude, oh my God. Build the wall, why don't we? Let's build the wall. Let's just build the wall.
No, I mean, hey, Vince McMahon had that, okay? Shut up. So I'm just saying that I don't care. But Revival, this was their chance, man. I'm going, all right. They just gave the Revival the Usos in the finals here. Like this here we go. And then immediately they fucked up like 2 sequences back to back, and it was just like, no, it just took me out of it. I don't care if the very end was great. I mean, what is going on with the Revival? Why are they so fucking awful every time that they're given the ball? I don't understand why. Like, it's a different team. It doesn't even feel like the same people. Where's my Arn and Anderson?
Well, I can't, answer that.
They're terrible.
I remember watching that match,
so bad now.
And I enjoyed it. The first half was kind of like, this is all right. When it was down to 2 teams versus 2 teams, it was awesome. Here's
a question. Here's a question for you, Matt. Since you seem to be the one that hated this the most, what did you think when the Revival kind of went out of their realm and started doing dives to the outside, and then the tornado DDT and all that kind of stuff?
I hate it. That's not who they are. That's not how they got over, and that's not their best at.
They told the story with they're showing how desperate they are to get the win for Team Raw.
Yeah, it's not a story, Jake. It's their life. It's their careers, Jake.
Okay.
They're desperate. That's why they're making mistakes, I think.
I think you guys are wasting your time, because WWE has officially proven that the pre-show does not count.
Yes.
So
I agree.
What is up with that? Why not just have?
I think it was an accident.
I think
it was an accident.
Literally was a case of the left hand not knowing what the right hand was doing. They wanted to sweep. Someone didn't say it, and SmackDown won. I
don't buy that. I heard that.
So what are they saying then? Because they're always.
Then why did Xavier Woods wear a 6-1 shirt on SmackDown?
Somebody dared him on Twitter, like one of his celebrity friends.
If this wasn't a fuck up, he wouldn't have wore that.
No, I mean, that's them making a statement. That's them, getting out there and get their name out for themselves. I mean, I don't want to say going into business for yourself, but that's them, getting out there, playing to the smart fans and stuff.
I just love that they openly didn't even acknowledge it. Not even on the pre-show SmackDown. Didn't get a win, but the official Survivor Series.
That's all they had to say, Peanut, right? That's all they had to say.
Graves said, well, SmackDown did get a win on the pre-show, but that's not part of the actual tally.
I did say that.
I don't. Why was it?
No, hold on.
That happened. Graves said that during Survivor Series.
Now, this is a company that clearly has no fucking self-awareness at all, because Stephanie McMahon recently talked about how dismemberment would be bad for business. You were just in business with a fucking country that dismembered somebody.
All right, let's leave Saudi Arabia out of this, okay?
Well, not to mention the fact that she's like, I don't see why WWE can't be bigger than Disney. Party fuck.
You dumb Mark.
WWE Studios presents.
Okay,
They'll be
okay.
bought by Disney before that.
Here we go. As far as look, when you look at it, they sell the DVDs and stuff. We know the pre-shows, the pre-kickoff shows, whatever. They don't make it on there. That's how Austin Aries got fucked out of money. Wait, how did Austin Aries get fucked out of money then?
I mean,
Because it wasn't included on that one. They often include it.
But he one of the reasons
That one wasn't.
They
That one
didn't
wasn't.
give him his Mania bonus. Like they didn't give him what they gave everybody else, and that's one
No,
of the
I know.
reasons. The way.
No, but Bomber, you're saying they're not included. They absolutely are. Sometimes it's hit or miss.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
They still treat pre-shows like it's the heat leading into the pay-per-view.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah,
I see it.
sometimes it's a bonus on there. Sometimes there's no bonuses, and they don't include it.
see,
I have a lot of old DVDs from like when the original brand split happened, and they didn't even
Well,
include them all
that's-
then either.
Yeah.
So it's hit or miss.
okay, I'll give you that. Now the thing is, though, when okay, hold on, let me redo the wheels in the brain here. Sorry. Yes. So I have to admit, yeah, you got me. I have nothing. I try to go back on myself.
Well,
Like,
that's
you
why I
got
said
me.
it. It's
You got
yeah.
me.
Whoa,
No,
wow, wait a minute.
You
History
won.
has been made.
You
Now,
won-
I mean,
you
Palmer
won,
admitted
Scott.
he's
I mean,
wrong.
I- wait, I-
Here's
wait,
the
I
historic
tried
precedent.
to go back.
Wait, I kind of see what you're saying. Though. You're saying because I look at it this way:
Scott
if
won.
the talent isn't getting paid the same as the talent that's on WrestleMania, then no, it's not. It's not the same. I mean, I could that argument
I
can
agree.
work.
No, that
That
I
can work
agree.
a lot
Look
for
at it
me.
this way: Lance Storm was tag team champion during 2 pre-shows during WrestleMania.
Oh, man.
As far as
Yeah.
he's concerned and other stuff, he's never been on a WrestleMania
Mhm.
card. He's been on the pre-show before the live show happened.
I mean, that's true.
He's never had a WrestleMania match, as far as everyone's concerned, including
Got his
himself.
shit cut like it was
There you
like minutes before the show was gonna like start. They were like, "Oh, you're the pre-show." And he's like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
He's like, I thought we had Kane and RVD. I thought we were secure, and then they just were like,
They
no.
were literally tag champions twice. That happened to him. So yeah, so you are right. Like does it really count? No. But when the match is literally happening and they're talking about fighting for brand superiority, and they're both wearing the Raw or SmackDown shirts,
Yeah,
hate
and
they
they're
were.
fighting for their brand, but it
Well, that
doesn't
was
count.
bad.
Can we
That's
talk about how stupid those shirts are and like this the concept of this pay-per-view is? Because I
Made
just
it feel
don't
like
care.
bragging rights.
Were
Made it
Biggie
just feel like a
wearing it
B
the way he
pay-per-view.
did, and AOP having it under their vests.
I
That
just-
was
Yeah,
fun.
it was pretty.
And Ronda's
The-
weird wearing it backwards shit.
The only good one was Rollins. I liked how they cut it in half. That's the way it should be.
I've
'cause
never
that way
liked
it's
the
not
half.
just sucking the dick of the brand. It's also
No.
still getting your shit in.
What they should do is have, if it's like the New Day had their gear, which is New Day like the old SmackDown logo, wear blue like Shinsuke did. Don't wear a shirt
Yeah.
over it.
Well-
Just wear, and
Right.
you wear red.
To
It's
me-
done.
I think Shinsuke did have the SmackDown shirt,
He
though,
no,
right?
he did.
He did.
To me,
But
Shinsuke
also
was
blew out-
the biggest
He did.
offender.
By the way, blue. Blue is not his color. I just
No,
want
it
to throw it
isn't.
out there.
It's true, but he tried, and I give him
No,
He
points.
that's what I
tried,
mean.
but
So
never
when
do it
you have
again.
guys
And he
coming
had
in
to.
wearing red, but they're on SmackDown side. Just wear blue, jerk. Like, come on. That's all we
Shinsuke
ask. Is
looked
wear blue
like-
tonight. One day.
Shinsuke looked like a crack addict who fished a bunch of clothes out from behind a gym somewhere and put them on.
Let's get to some. Let's get to some.
all right.
main
Let's
cards.
get to the main card stuff. The what opened the show? Was it the
women's match.
women's
5-on-5.
match? Yeah, the 5-on-5. I called it.
Last minute replacement, don't forget. They took out Ruby and Natalia.
Yeah,
Why
and
did they
replaced
do
them
that?
with-
No,
Fucking Ruby,
Because they
big
were
God.
fighting.
I know that
I
makes
know.
you.
Ruby.
That's a personal Zion mad thing. That's
Ah!
to everybody else
Bullshit.
that makes sense.
The
But
Bummer.
literally-
No, I'd rather have her in there too.
No,
Yes.
just watch the pay-per-view and
Everybody
have it
talk-
ready. And
everybody's
no, we're
talking.
not doing these two. Fuck.
all right, everybody's talking.
Do we
at
want
once.
to go by tradition and do our thumbs up, thumbs down before we dive into it and get carried away?
No. Let's do it at the end. Let's do it at the end.
Okay.
Let's do it at the
Just
end.
throwing it out there.
Good. I appreciate you. Let's do it at the end. Well, first of all, yeah, they did switch it up. I mean, it makes sense. They switched up the entire show the week of. So why not?
They had a
fucking-
week to build everything up anyway.
Yeah, let's switch it up the day of. To me, this is, I don't even know if you guys pay attention to it or not, but R-Truth was the MVP of the whole night to me. I fucking loved R-Truth the entire night.
It was all right.
He
but I
showed
got
I like
old.
him.
He showed
was
up.
not
No,
in the way.
every time he showed up,
It-
I popped more
it's
and more each time. But he showed up. He was going to be the fifth woman, and then they got Mandy Rose, which was kind of a dud to me. Then they swapped out the Raw women, and then we got what we got. We got Banks and Bailey, which to me made way more sense than
Yeah, but they should have booked it before. What the fuck? This was the pay-per-view of just like, well, this Survivor Series now gets gimmick is, you never know what you're gonna get. Yeah, but I'm fucking signed to the network so I can know if I want to watch this show or not. Like, Christ, stop changing things.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah. Either way, I think I called the match a mile away as soon as it started. I told everybody I had some friends.
Oh, Nia was winning.
Yeah, I told them. I called. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people called what was going to happen. I said as soon as Nia went down, I was like, Nia's going to be out the whole match. She's going to wait. Asuka's going to mow through everybody. She's going to come in, take her out, boom, just instantly. And that's exactly what happened.
#, facebreaker.
Yeah, exactly.
Nia versus Becky at Rumble, and then Becky and Ronda in the main event of WrestleMania. That's what's happening.
I think they're doing a triple threat.
Why did we so stupid to do a triple threat? That takes the heart out of it.
No. Here's what I'm worried about, because they keep pushing Charlotte and Ronda now, because that's the blood feud.
Right. Yeah,
it's Charlotte and Ronda for Mania, because Becky needs revenge against Nia at Mania.
Let me tell you though,
because they think that's what people want. They're mad they want Becky to get revenge on Nia. It's like, yes, but we want her to face Ronda, because that was why we're so mad at Nia.
Think about
I think they're already fucking it up.
They will fuck it up, but like the thing that's so interesting about this is
I hope I'm wrong.
It should be Becky and Ronda at WrestleMania in the main event. That's it. It's the hottest program they have, and it's probably the first time the women have had this momentum in years. Now, there is an argument to be made that I do think they're going to go Rock versus Brock at WrestleMania. I think like Vince has wanted it for like 2 years, and he just couldn't get Rock 1 year, and the other year he got hurt. So, and there were rumblings. A lot of different information sites were talking about this, where Rock was probably going to come into that Saudi Arabia thing before it became an issue. So they were already throwing money at him, and he was going to go for it. They already said that he was considering going. If that's the case, then he's still working it out. Him and Brock. Now, the only reason maybe Rock wouldn't take it, maybe he doesn't want to die, but there's a good sign here. He didn't kill Daniel Bryan, and if he didn't kill Daniel Bryan, he could probably protect The Rock as long as he can take a couple Germans. So. I don't know. As long as it's not Rock versus Brock, then I think Ronda and Becky should main event WrestleMania.
You got me excited by that.
Should
we need to say that literally Becky Lynch invading Raw and the blood and everything was the best thing in a long time.
I hope she gets cleared though. She's still working on it. So
it could be months when you think about it.
We got time. I mean,
you heard that there's a rumor going on that Bliss might be done. So.
I heard. Well, she had what? She had a string of concussions. It's not just one.
Yeah, but it was like you're out for 2 weeks. Now 3 more. Now 4 more. So yeah, that could be rough too.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Yeah, I heard that too. I heard the same thing. A lot of people are saying that she could be done, but
hopefully she's not done.
And she's a good character. I mean, they like her in the GM role potentially.
Did I just hear Zion say he hopes she's not done?
I'm not an ad, so I never wish anybody to be done with wrestling. Hey,
no, that's Rab's gimmick.
But Alexa Bliss,
it's not like you and Bryan.
Yeah, I don't like her at all, but I don't want her to like lose her ability to make income. Jesus, I'm not a fucking monster unless you're Vince McMahon. I think you should die so Triple H can take over.
She's gonna make income either way. You know she's gonna be part of that company.
I know, but I want her to choose where she's going. I don't want her to,
So for this match, what did you guys think about this match? Did anything stand out? I mean.
It's whatever.
I thought it was good.
It was bad.
It wasn't bad. I definitely wouldn't consider it bad. I don't think
it was 5 minutes too long. The pacing was kind of weird. It was a little bit sloppy.
I like the ending. The ending was great.
I am okay with them pushing Nia Jax. I know it was an accident. I know she's unsafe, whatever you want to call it. But hey, they're capitalizing. Let's make some money. You're dumb not to. Go for it. Do it. Even though I might not like it. It's smart.
I agree. So. I said, I saw it coming a mile away, but when it happened, as much as, I like Asuka, Asuka needs to be, she shouldn't be getting, stomped and thrown in the mud every single left and right turn she goes through. But I like
She's fine.
I like it. I'm glad. Yeah. I hope they need more strong females. And Nia Jax is a big enough character where she can actually be a good heel.
I like how it's wrestling, but it's funny that last month she was crying about bullying and how no one should be a bully, and now
now she's all happy about how she broke Becky's face.
Let me pose a question to you guys. I want to pose.
I'm not saying that's bad or wrong. I just said there's comedic value.
I mean, she's got to do what she's got to do. It's a word, so it doesn't matter. But a question to you guys. So. I agree with Jake. I think they're doing the right thing. I think that even though she isn't clearly unsafe, clearly she needs to go back into developmental and work on her shit. But there's a lot of money on the table because good Lord, everybody wants to see Becky get her revenge. So, you gotta wait. Maybe wait, maybe in the meantime she can get better. If she hurts one more person, though, that's it. You send her back to NXT, and that's it. I mean, like, she's on thin ice as we speak. But my question is, you were like, oh, well, Asuka's great and all, blah, blah, blah. If it was me, I'd be having Asuka in her role, in the Nia Jax role. Because Nia's just not good. She's not terrible. Mm-hmm. She's just not a very good worker. Now, this could get better with time. It's not just the injury stuff. I'm telling from a worker standpoint. She's green as fuck. She hasn't been in the industry that long. Asuka is a believable machine when she was in NXT, but they killed her character so hard. Yeah. If the circumstances were right, like, would you guys agree with me? I wish this was Asuka doing the heel Japanese run, blowing through everybody instead of Nia, but now we're just going to have to hope to God Nia doesn't fucking kill somebody in the ring.
No, I agree with you 100% because the crowd still roars when Asuka gets involved. Mm-hmm. They still believe in her, even though the company doesn't seem to, and that's it.
Great. That was a good.
The crowd loves it. The crowd loves her. When you saw Becky looking at potential replacements, they went ape over her. It's great. So, and if
100%, you're right. That was a good point.
If Nia fucks anything up, she'll have Ronda to fuck her up too, so it'll be fine.
Yeah. I love Asuka.
Yeah,
so
for
much,
some reason, I just have the sense that Vince or whoever, definitely Vince, just does not see it. For some reason, he just.
I'll tell you the reason. It's me. It's me. It's D-O-double-G, the fake Anderson booking all the women into the fucking shithole.
Get out of
Road
here.
Dogg's the worst.
I don't buy this. No.
I don't want to go on the ninth thing. I just want to.
Hold on.
I want to guys. He's literally.
Did you guys see the punch? The slow motion side view where she do you think it was like intentional or do you think she was just
intentional?
No, I do not think she intentionally meant to haul off on her.
Let me give you experience because I used to do, like, me and Jake used to do the backyard wrestling stuff, and so we had a show in front of a bigger than usual crowd. I think we had like 30 people or something, so it was a pretty big crowd, and I had a spot where I had to run in. And just basically, I just had to beat down, babyface. I was a bad guy. So I ran in, I took him down, like I did, like a take out his legs or whatever, and I just had to punch him in the head a couple times and just kind of, do my thing. But I was so pumped because there was a lot of people there that I just punched him in the face like 6 times, and it wasn't like super hard, but it was, I would call it strong style stiff. It was really, really, really stiff.
Well, damn, you punched him 6 times, not just once, 6 times?
Yeah, so that's why when Nia did that, I can understand in the heat of the moment, especially because that's a big difference between 30 people and an entire arena where somebody just jumped you.
For that.
Yeah, you're in the heat of the moment. I understand. The problem is, I don't weigh as much as Nia, and I'm not as big and strong as Nia is, and so Nia has to be way more careful, and thank God Nia didn't give 6 punches to Becky because she'd be dead.
Well, listen, she's green as fuck, okay? There's no disputing this. I don't know why people are so upset about her messing up Becky Lynch's face, though. It was still a working punch. Whether it hit the wrong spot, it broke her open, but it was still a working punch. In this day and age, a little bit of blood from a working punch. Oh my God! Everyone in the internet starts screaming.
I think it's everything, though. I think it's not just Becky, because I would forgive that, but she hurt. She may have tired Bliss. I mean,
you railed the match. I know.
She has a history of hurting people, and that's fine. That's valid. But I mean, in this day and age where everybody's dropping everyone else's fucking head on fucking aprons and shit, and she
head.
And she breaks open Becky Lynch's nose or whatever in a work punch that went a little too hard. Fuck off.
That value gain though, because that picture of Becky at the top.
I was gonna say there's like a
crowd forever. It's immortal. Mm-hmm. It will be like Austin.
Yeah, no.
They literally went on Twitter and WWE posted it Becky 11-12. Like 316. They're capitalizing. Yeah.
Yeah. No, this was a good thing. This was how you book around this shit.
It would have been like remembered as great if she didn't get taken out of the match.
This is how it's going to go.
I don't know what the payoff is, so but like right now it's like we got derailed from what was like this intense build.
Yeah.
And,
this is their. Sorry, keep going. Sorry.
I was done.
You have like the worst feedback right now.
You got a vibration going on over there. I don't know what you're doing with yourself. Anyway, no, this to me is the equivalent, kind of, somewhat related to, the whole Sami Callihan incident with the baseball bat. They can capitalize on this moment. It was an accident, yes. To me, I don't think it was an adrenaline thing. She turned around, like if you watch it, she spun around and punched as she was turned around. That could be a hard, judgment call, like as far as distance and stuff. I think it was just a straight up accident. I mean, I'm pretty sure that could happen to a lot
No, agreed. Yeah.
But they have the chance to definitely capitalize on it, and they are they're starting to do it.
They already are.
Yeah,
they
they're
already
doing their
are.
thing, and just like TNA did with Sammy, they can capitalize on this, and it's going to make Nia bigger. It's definitely already made Becky. Her just standing in the crowd with her nose,
That's great.
whatever, blood.
Yeah.
That's going to be an image burned in everybody's mind for the rest of her career. That's great.
I have a prediction because Scott threw a little bit of a wrench in my predictions, and he was talking about Charlotte kind of being like they do still want Charlotte and Rousey in some regard. My thing is though, so this sucks because the Charlotte beatdown was going to be Becky. I mean, I guarantee it. That was that was going to be the finish for Charlotte or for Becky and Ronda. When they fought at that show. She was going to beat the fuck out of her, and that would have been even more epic. Oh, yeah. Like, that would have been good. But I think they just plugged Charlotte in because, of course, eventually the plan is the 4 horsewomen versus the 4 horsewomen, but they got to give the other crew time to, not be so fucking green. Yeah. So the problem I'm seeing is that Charlotte is the issue. I think they're going to do Ronda and Charlotte at Rumble, and again, because they've been talking about this multiple sources, they are going to end the brand split. I mean, I don't see how they don't, because everything rides on this Fox deal. It's so much money, especially now with Saudi Arabia out of the picture. They have to do well on Fox. So I think it's just all done. I mean, that's the end of the brand split. Or they're going to go loose with it, where Charlotte can challenge somebody on Raw, which would be Ronda, and then they'll face at Rumble. Have Becky face Nia, and then you have your problem solved for WrestleMania. At least that's what I hope they do.
That makes sense. SmackDown was just paying the dues on the way out. That makes sense.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to throw this out there. I don't know how much, if this is legit, insider, whatnot. I was told by one of the producers I work with that stuff has been thrown around with the with SmackDown coming on to Fox. They're, from what I heard, they are going to be doing more of a what is happening?
That is real bad.
Peanut.
That's Peanut. I hear vibrations.
It's like,
anyway.
Oh, sorry, I got to unplug that. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. No, I heard. I don't know how official this is. Like I said, but I heard that it's going to be more of a sports-driven show. They're going to try to strip down the storyline. Did you hear this too?
Yes.
I've heard that as well. Yeah.
A big deal.
They want to bring in Daniel Cormier for commentary from UFC because they love him. They have him doing UFC commentary on Fox broadcast now. UFC leaves Fox and goes to ESPN in January, but Fox loves Cormier. They want him, and he was supposed to have a tryout for WWE commentary. So this is all part of the plan.
Well, if you guys already heard it, then let's just go on to the next match because I didn't know that. Okay, well, here we go. I don't know what was next, but let's talk about I think the match that was not the biggest of the night, but it still had some interesting moments. AOP versus The Bar.
Jesus.
Wasn't their fault, but I hated it.
That's how you do a wrong match.
Yeah. That was terrible.
I mean, are you talking about the spot at the end?
It was the worst.
The whole thing was bad. The whole thing was bad.
I think we all went in thinking, well, this could be a fun Hoss battle for 5 to 10 minutes.
Nope.
It ended up being about 10 to 15 with like rest holds and stuff. I even said in the voice chat we had, it was like, this is not how you do this match with these 4. I don't understand what's happening.
It should have been a war.
And then after seeing Drake Maverick be badass and countering all the jokes that they were talking to him about during the kickoff, to have his character just pee his pants with Big Show.
And I think I know why they did that. I think I know. So for whatever reason, I caught a random YouTube channel that had Big Show on it. It was some radio station. They had him on. I guess they're friends. So Big Show was extra comfortable in this thing. He was talking some shit about some people. I was like, well, this is a little weird. And it was the day before Survivor Series. So what happened, he told the story, and he was like, man, I went on Twitter, and it couldn't be any more clear, by the way, that Big Show just doesn't give a fuck about anything anymore. So he's like, oh, I went on Twitter, and this little guy, he's talking shit about me on Twitter, and I find out it's Drake Maverick, and I'm like, this is one of the rookies. I'm like, no, he's not a rookie, Show. I mean, he's been around for a cup of coffee already, and he has a solid fan base. He's a
2-time X Division champion.
Yeah, come on. Just because you don't know him doesn't mean that he hasn't done anything.
Well, he's a WWE rookie.
I get it. And that's where I'm like, okay, I'm not quite disagreeing with Show quite yet. So he finds out, this guy's talking shit about me on Twitter. He's like, so I called the office, and I was like, hey, if I see this guy again, I'm going to rip his head off. And then the office was like, oh, you're facing him he's in the match with you guys at the show. And he goes, oh, okay, well then. I was like, what the fuck? Did you just say you stooged off somebody? You're the Big Show at that show. Why don't you just walk up and be like, hey, hey, toothpick, shut the fuck up. And then he finds out, oh, never mind, it's a show, so it's a work. Like, I almost felt like Big Show just worked himself because he's so lazy.
Worked himself into a shoot, brother.
He did. He worked himself into a shoot. Like, what? Like, come on, man. This whole interview was a pretty good interview, by the way. He talked about how he's taken Braun under his wing. By the way, cool note, which I think is bullshit. He said, I've taken care of a lot of the 205 guys are under my belt. Then maybe you know who Drake Maverick is.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't buy that.
Why would Big Show be taking the 205 guys under his belt?
So he had a good explanation.
Why wouldn't he?
He does a kip up.
No,
He does a kip up.
He said that a lot of those guys bust their asses every single day, and nobody sees them like they should. Like they should get more experience. So he's like, I feel bad. He's like, I know they're
just being a veteran, not a big man to a little man.
Yeah.
He's a veteran. Yeah.
Well, like, come on, man. So I think that the Drake Maverick Peen thing, which was that was WCW levels of cringe. I think that was just a way to be like, oh, maybe know your place and stuff. Because otherwise, why would you do that? It didn't do anything for anybody.
Yeah, no, that was.
Well, now they can chant AOPP.
Oh, no!
They were on Raw. They were doing that.
Yeah,
they're like, no, don't chant that. That's bad. Don't chant it.
I think AOP is on their way out, honestly, because that I mean, yeah, they gave them the titles, but who gives a shit? The titles don't mean anything.
So we've talked about different things with gimmicks changing and how a character can't come back from things, and like Daniel Bryan's a bad guy again, all this different stuff. But you can't undo the fact that man peed himself.
Mm-hmm.
You can't put that back in the bottle. That happens now. You can't reverse it. So you gotta live with that no matter what.
That fucking match showed every hole in AOP's game. Like, that did not protect AOP at all, that match.
They protected the bar. Like, I thought the bar looked fine. Like, they didn't look like even though they lost, they didn't look like they came off bad at all. If anything, I'm more interested in the bar and Big Show being a part of them. But I have to ask a question. I thought the point of Big Show joining the bar was that they're now like a New Day. All three of them are tag team champions, but no, that's not the case. So why the fuck would Big Show waste his time doing this unless he's in the team?
Yeah, he's just their buddy. He's just their buddy.
Why would he care? He doesn't fucking care about Sheamus and Cesaro. But if they go, hey, we'll give you the tag team titles and the three of us can be a New Day team forever, why wouldn't he do that?
No, they never did. They never did that. No.
Why wouldn't they do that, though? It doesn't make... If New Day can do it, if Sanity can do it, if all these teams can have this incredible advantage, why wouldn't more teams do the New Day Freebird rule? I don't understand.
I agree with you, but yeah. No.
They should just make one of their fucking tag team championships a trios title and just get it over with.
Or just have Sheamus and Cesaro with the titles and give Big Show like one that's double the size.
Yeah, exactly.
Zion, did you watch this Raw this past Monday?
I watched bits and pieces.
Okay.
I tapped out when the main program is Baron Corbin versus Braun Strowman.
Well, hold on.
I love Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
I'm tying something to what we're just talking about right now, because with what you're saying with this whole, three-way whatnot, you see what Lucha House Party has just done, right? Did you see that on Raw?
No, I didn't see it. So they are doing the New Day rule, right?
Well, they are doing it in a match. Like, actually, it's basically a 2-on-3.
Oh, come on. That doesn't fucking count.
They call it Lucha House Party rules.
Lucha House
rules. Just because you say it. All right.
No, but listen to the stupidity of that, because that happened. One of the guys got hurt, I think it was Kalisto, during the Survivor Series match, and they just swapped in Metalik. They did that.
Yeah, Corey Graves, I love it. He was so mad. I love it.
No, but the good guys, the faces, are outnumbering the two guys, the Revival, who just want to wrestle normal matches, and they're getting booed for that.
It's because they are out of touch with their talent that they don't give a fuck about, because Vince doesn't care. So it's left up to the other people to book the lower talent, but that's just straight up shitting on the product.
They got pinatas though.
The New Day rule is already it annoys me. The Freebirds New Day rule, but they get away with it because the Freebirds did it. That's it. That's the only reason they get away with it, is because it's associated with a team that had credibility. To say that we have teams that wouldn't take advantage of this, like factions. Imagine DX. Why didn't DX do the fucking Freebirds rule if it's so commonly allowed?
Yeah,
that's true. I want to point out how one moment during Raw that I loved is they were doing the Lucha Party rules, or whatever they actually called the actual name of it, where it's basically a 3-on-2. Bottom line, it's the 3-on-2 handicap.
It is, yes.
Yeah, and Renee, who I guess doesn't exactly know what the Freebird rule is, because it mainly just counts with the titles, because you can have three guys where they can interchange out going into
bullshit.
the match. Yeah, but she's like, well, they're doing the Freebird rule, and Corey Graves like, no, that's not what the Freebird rule is. I like how it was just a funny moment to me. Yeah, it was funny.
Hey, take it easy on Renee. She's confused. She's having a lot of problems with her man right now. He's gone crazy. She doesn't understand what's going on.
True.
People are hounding this poor woman, asking her questions constantly. What's up with Dean Ambrose? What's up with Dean Ambrose? Fuck off! I don't know. I'm just fucking him.
I love it. So we got to power through this. We're taking forever. Buddy Murphy, Mustafa Ali. Who liked it? Who did not like it? You loved it.
That was good. It was good.
Match.
I loved it too. I really liked it a lot.
And I like where they're going because some people complained that, Mustafa didn't get enough falls or Mustafa. No, they're telling a story, assholes. This is where I actually believe it. He got enough offense. He looked good, but he didn't look like he stood a chance because the story they're telling on 205 is that this guy is going through hell to get to the title, and he's just not there yet. And even when you hear his promos, it makes sense. They call him the heart of 205. Guys, watch 205 Live. It's so good. It's so much better than Raw and SmackDown.
Now, to me, this was a big deal because it was on the actual main show. And it shows you a little bit because I have a friend that comes over, and they come over for all the pay-per-views and stuff. They usually come over when the pay-per-view starts. They kind of miss the pre-show. And I told them that the only match that they missed was the tag team 10-on-10 match. And they're like, wait, the Cruiserweight match is on the main show? I was like, yeah. They're like, oh, well, I've never seen Buddy Murphy wrestle before. I was like, what the fuck? I really like Buddy Murphy myself, but
me too.
We watched the match.
I have friends I watch it with, and they were like, "Who's Buddy Murphy?"
Exactly.
And I was like, "Well, just watch."
So look, they watched it. They were blown away. They loved it.
The Cruiserweight title, aside from Super Showdown taking place in Melbourne, which is where Buddy Murphy's from, hasn't been on pay-per-view since WrestleMania or SummerSlam. It's not even on the pre-shows anymore. They don't even put it there at all.
Yep.
This is the first time in a long time. I was like, what? Wait, it's on Survivor Series? Holy fuck, it's not on the kickoff?
Yeah. And these guys killed each other. Like Mustafa Ali, I felt bad because he was taking the craziest fucking bumps and to the outside, the ring, hitting the face with the ring apron. Yeah,
they were jumping higher for anything.
And dude, the Spanish fly off the table, onto the floor, dude. My friend freaked out when that happened. He's like, oh my god! He's never seen that stuff before. Mm-hmm. It happens on the indies, but it doesn't happen in WWE, which is what he watches. He doesn't watch indies, and it blew him away. He was blown away at this match. Mm-hmm. So
it was a good Cruiserweight showcase.
Yeah,
to give them a little more credibility, great. Or hey, we're still here. Watch us.
Oh yeah. Well, one of the prevalent themes and one of the things I like about this pay-per-view as a whole, they were much more inclusive. They had a lot of minis matches going on this show. Like they had minis in prominent roles, and this was a good minis match.
I was doing a live stream, and he kept popping up going, this minis do pretty impressive, brother. Shovely.
God. Anyway, all right, so moving on. What do we got? We had Rollins and Nakamura. Okay. So
not bad.
It was not bad at all.
Not bad. That's all I have to say.
No, I think along with everyone else, I was waiting for Ambrose to come out. I think everybody kind of was.
Yeah,
I wasn't. I knew they weren't going to do something like that. This pay-per-view felt like they were committed to their SmackDown versus Raw kind of gimmick, and I didn't think they were going to ruin it.
So I figured they wouldn't because Ambrose hadn't been attacking him during matches. It's always been afterwards. You can do whatever, and then he makes his point known afterwards.
That is a good
so
point.
I knew he wouldn't attack during it. I felt strongly about it. I'll say that. I didn't know. Nobody knows. Yeah. But I was like, no, if he does attack, it'll be after. If he does. So yeah.
No, I thought Nakamura looked better than he has in a long time. Besides, when I say look better, definitely not like the shirt in the blue. That was terrible. But as far as wrestle-wise, I thought he was pretty good. I thought he was
he cared. It looked like he cared.
Yeah, it was good. There wasn't a whole lot of memorable spots. They did their normal stuff, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't great. I say it was a solid match. Especially,
I agree.
We know Rollins can tear it up every goddamn night, no matter who he's in there with. It seems like, but even Mojo, when he wrestled Mojo on Raw that one night for the Intercontinental title, I was like, this is Mojo's best match ever. This is great. But
that's Rollins.
Yeah, that's Rollins. But
throwing shade there at my boy.
No,
Mojo Rawley.
Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, we had what was next? It was the men's 5-on-5. So what do you guys think about the men's 5-on-5? Any big takeaways from the match besides Strowman kind of?
Before we get serious, was I the only one laughing at Shane McMahon in this match? How they were presenting
No,
him.
that
Yeah,
was
they were.
As like an
hilarious.
old guy,
It
like,
was
come on, Dad, do it again.
man.
No, it was like old dead Shane. It's like,
Dude.
come on, do it again over here.
And
I found that hilarious, but it was dumb as fuck.
No,
It was
I
bad,
loved
but I'm
it.
like,
I loved it.
You loved it.
I loved it.
Okay,
I,
see, I
personally,
loved
me
it because
personally,
it
I
was
loved
bad.
it.
He's the best. He's the best in the world.
He's the breast and the best. He's both of those things.
Honestly,
it was so comedic that it was like,
What-
this match didn't feel like it was a serious at all.
No,
But when it came down to what, like Miz just died because he couldn't outrun him.
Shane McMahon was the sole survivor, I think.
No, well, he was at one point, and then he died. But he
well-
was the sole survivor for a while.
I kept
he-
hoping Shane would get a legit injury in that match.
Oh my god.
God damn
I was
it.
waiting for it. It's his
This
yearly
match-
concussion,
okay.
so.
Don't
This
forget
match had
though.
they had two reasons to show that Drew is really important still in the
Yep.
beginning. Which, by the way, fuck that.
Yes,
Fuck you for
That- I
doing
was-
that
I was
to
gonna say
Samoa Joe. Fuck you. God, they
that
could've
was
done
so
to-
good at the start.
They could have done that to Ziggler. Nobody would have cared. Why did you do that to Joe? That was fucking stupid. But
Ziggler
whatever.
was on that team.
And the
'Cause he's-
second reason was to get Braun over as well. That's it. That's the whole match was dedicated. It was good. I thought it was fun. I enjoyed it. But at the same time, like that's the entire point. It was to get Braun and Drew over. That's it.
I
No,
actually enjoyed this match a lot. Like entertainment wise, it was a lot of fun for me.
Yeah. It was fun. I mean, that's the way these men's Survivor Series matches seem to be lately. It's just kind of a big clusterfuck of, we'll do some goofy stuff for about a half hour.
It got better.
And they're fun. They're good. This was one of the better ones, too. But, I mean, Joe and Drew at the beginning was awesome for 30 seconds.
Yeah. I thought
And,
they were
like,
doing
it
something
went, it
cool
went
with
back and forth, and then he just kicked him and kicked his head off, and he's dead.
Who
Yeah, it's-
It was unexpected, yeah.
besides Joe? Just throw a name out there, Jimmy. Who do you think was the biggest disappointment in the match besides Joe? Because obviously
Joe.
you got taken
I mean,
out.
I know what else to
besides
say.
Joe. Besides Joe.
Biggest disappointment?
I mean,
Like-
Jeff Hardy, because he was almost invisible.
No,
he was
no,
just kind of there.
no. To
Like,
me,
hey, whatever.
I'm throwing it out there. Finn Balor. Finn Balor. He seemed like unmemorable.
Oh, I thought we were doing Team SmackDown. I thought we
Oh,
were
are
doing
you
Smack-
In the
are you on the
match.
same are you on the same wavelength with me here, Bomber? I think the biggest disappointment in this match is you have Finn Balor, you have Rey Mysterio, you have two minis in a match with regular sized
God,
guys,
here we
and
go.
not one of them bit the ass of one of the regular sized wrestlers at
Oh
all
my
in
God,
the
outta
entire
here.
match.
Oh man,
think
what's his
wasted
name? He was so
opportunity.
funny at the end. What's his name? Leo Rush compared to Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, and Braun Strowman. You really look like Bobby Lashley's kid. That he like tagged along.
He looked like something Bobby Lashley shit sewed on a daily basis.
Oh my God. I don't know. I'm just saying I really enjoy. I know you guys said it was a little maybe corny almost maybe with the whole Shane stuff, but I really whenever they start when Miz was like go back after it like going for the second coast to coast. To me, I fucking loved it. I thought that was hilarious.
No,
I agree.
This was the star of that, other than Drew.
Yeah, no,
Miz was
I
great.
agree that it was hilarious, but when you're trying to pick the best five versus the best five, this is the third year in a row Shane's been part of that side's best five.
Yeah, that's
Stop
It
it.
is. It is
Stop
all
it.
starting to feel like it melds together. I'm starting to get that from the product even more than usual. Because obviously,
We
we
felt like
spoke about-
last year's team.
No, they
Yeah,
put up the one
exactly.
from 2016. I started watching going, wait a minute, wasn't this 2017? Wait, Shane
Yeah.
was on this 2 years in a row.
It's becoming
Oh
an
my
issue.
God, like I couldn't tell them apart for a second.
It's because they don't
Um,
fire anybody. So like matches just add different talent in, but we're
Oh.
still seeing like the same type of matches over and over again.
Oh, well, let's talk about that. They don't fire anybody. Enzo Amore.
Okay.
No,
we
don't
did skip it. Fuck him. Fuck you. Go away, you stupid fucking little mini. I'm gonna go
We're
with
gonna talk
Lee
about
on
burning
this.
bridges.
No,
That's
no.
the burnest.
Oh, Enzo,
That's the
what an idiot.
most burnt bridge ever.
What an
At
idiot.
this point.
What a fucking idiot. That's all I'd say. Just what an idiot. Why would you ever
Here's the thing,
He
though.
got, he got a couple extra view or plays probably for his album. He made himself
yeah.
look like an idiot. That's
he
it.
got like
He's gonna
three,
slowly keep fading away into non-existent.
Yeah, he got like 3 more likes on his fucking Twitter post about his new album. Good job there, Enzo. You fucking moron.
Oh.
I hope. Honestly, I hope he fucking works again. Honestly, I hope he works. But I hope he's booked in one of these bullshit bar wrestling federations where he can have like a death match with light tubes.
Oh,
and
like
get
David
fucking-
Arquette.
Oh, with David Arquette? Yeah.
Yes,
They
man.
can topical.
They can slash each other's throats and die in the ring. It'd
Wow,
be great.
yeah, that's very topical, actually. Yeah, man, wow, I really want to talk about that. That's a good call. Well, maybe later.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
We'll bank
all right,
that.
all right. Let's move on. Let's move
Next
on. Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair.
Oh, so
Oh,
good.
me,
this was so good.
to
Great
me,
match.
I
Yep.
love this match.
The main event was really good, but to me, this was match of the night. To me, this is my favorite part of the whole show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is great.
Close, not quite.
Start to like, I'm not just finished the match, but finished everything from start to the very end until I walked to the back curtain. Great. I loved all of it.
The little elbow that got Ronda bleeding, I was like, instantly it's good. Now Ronda's bleeding. Charlotte made her bleed. Oh my God, the money just keeps piling up. It's so good.
And
it wasn't anything unsafe. It was just hit the elbow and bit something inside, and blood came. It was perfect. What was weird to me was when Charlotte did the attack, and it was like, oh, if she's frustrated, she can't beat here. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't feel like Charlotte was at the point when she was running out of options.
Yeah,
she was still going, I thought. Like, we weren't at that point
They
yet.
teased it quickly, and then they kind of like
too
jumped
fast.
into it.
Now, if it was premeditated of I'm just going to beat the shit out of you for Becky, okay, but she was getting desperate. I'm like, she was? When?
Yeah,
Where?
I feel like it felt like she had the domination.
You could have had a 5-minute stretch of that where she just kept like Ronda kept countering her submissions or powering out of stuff, but we weren't there yet. It was just it was too sudden. I felt.
Yeah,
but otherwise it was great. Like even the moment what it was good. I just felt they could have waited a little bit. That's all.
It was the first time Ronda Rousey was in a match, and I forgot that she was just this MMA person like coming into wrestling. She just felt like a professional wrestler.
And only like 10 months, or maybe less than that, 10 months like actually in the ring wrestling.
Yeah.
And it worked because Charlotte's
Charlotte,
bigger than
though.
it's very
Charlotte
believable.
Can make anybody look good.
And Matt, to that point, I've been saying this. Ronda's had fun matches with Stephanie McMahon and Alexa Bliss and
Also,
Nia Jax.
Nia Jax, yeah. I thought her match with Nia Jax was very good.
Well, that's the point. She's been having fun matches with people who are on varying levels of not good. I'm like, I can't wait to see her in there with Becky or Charlotte, or people who are actually good.
And then
I was right. Fuck yeah, it was great. So, yeah.
The thing this is what blew me away. Obviously, we know Charlotte's great. Ronda has been very impressive, just like Scott was saying. But how smooth. They were just going into transitions to transit. Everything looks so fucking like
she's a natural. For sure. She's like a Kurt Angles.
It looks so good.
This is one of the more important things because I remember hearing, I think it was Meltzer talking about Nia, like send her back to developmental. Or like, oh, Ronda hurt someone. She goes to developmental to keep learning. She's continually doing that in training. The interesting about this is this match literally changed as of Tuesday.
Yeah.
So whatever they were planning with Becky, suddenly she's working with Charlotte in 6 days.
Yeah.
That shows
I think
how
what
good
Zion
she
was
is.
saying. I think they just took the same match they were planning.
Yeah, but you're dealing with Charlotte now. Like,
that hurts. That hurts a little bit, though. I was gonna go over there's a few reasons why I don't think it's match of the night. It was damn good, but I still am gonna give that to Bryan and Brock. But
I just want to finish by saying, like, it shows how good Ronda is to be able to adapt to a different opponent like that, because that's literally not something she's had to do in MMA.
Also might show how Charlotte's good, though. I mean, like
both, absolutely, yeah. But you gotta be good to be able to adapt.
She's great. I just think that was, if you watch that match, I think it's pretty obvious that Charlotte was doing everything. She was carrying it. She was the ring general. But again, great. All support to Ronda. I'm a big fan of Ronda. It just hurts it for me because that was the same match that Becky was going to have with Ronda. It's the same finish. It had to be. I mean, they didn't have time to do anything differently. So it didn't feel right to me that Charlotte just fucking out of nowhere.
No.
She was dominating most of that match. She had her in submission. She was getting near falls, and then
it was competitive. At least,
yeah, very competitive.
It wasn't like she's getting outclassed.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Never got
they
that
should have. They should have had Ronda start to get a little more dominant towards the end, and then I could have bought her doing this. They're doing the kendo stick.
They did, but they didn't do it enough.
No, that's what I said. They should have ramped it home more because Charlotte's had some wars with people, literally Hell in a Cell matches. Charlotte can go to the end of Earth, the end of the Earth, and come back, and it didn't feel that desperate to me.
I gotta ask here. Lee is not the biggest female wrestling fan, but I gotta ask, legit, Lee. Did you like this match? Did you watch the match first of all, and did you like it for real?
I absolutely loved it. It's my favorite Foxy boxing of the year. I think
he's a Ronda fan. He said before he loves Ronda.
No, Ronda is without a doubt a natural pro wrestler. Like she is just fucking great at. She's picking it up at a fucking just fever pace. She can be carried easily, even by terrible wrestlers. And she looks good with everybody so far, basically. Even if it's just a short match where she's like killing Alexa Bliss or whatever, she still looks fucking great. And she knows what to do in there. Her character-wise, she's great. I love everything about her.
Maybe not the eye makeup, but
I like that too. She's my Caucasian. She's my Caucasian Asuka, basically.
There you go.
Okay, no, I got you.
the thing is, like, the next night on Raw when she came out and stuff, I'm not jumping too far ahead, but just want to point out that it's mind-boggling to me. When I was watching this, when she was out there cutting a promo, she was talking about, everything that went down and stuff. I'm like, she has been in the business less than a year. She's out here cutting a great promo. She just had, my opinion, match of the night. This is crazy to me. How quickly she has picked this stuff up. I love.
But she's cutting like Goldberg promos. Remember when he came back, where it's just like these intense. You were scared. You're like, oh my god, he means business.
Yeah.
Her promo,
and no one else is doing that, so that's why she's standing out.
Through the crowd. It's like she done at the weigh-ins. That was nothing new for her, but it's literally maybe the environment or the scriptedness of it. Let's not forget, she did get the shit kicked out of her by that kendo stick.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh my god. That was fuck.
When she got whacked in the head, I went, oh! I screamed.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god. But yeah,
I love how she basically handed Matt's boys dick and balls on a platter to him, and he was like, either you give me a match or I'm gonna fuck you up.
Corbin, it's like, you don't give me competition. Maybe you want to face the champ.
Yeah.
And Corbin's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, that was on Raw. That was great, man. I don't know. I've been seeing some Ronda hate. I've been seeing a lot of Charlotte hate. I mean, if you don't like them, you don't like them. But goddamn,
when anything is so good, you're gonna have these little voices that are gonna try to bring it down.
Sure,
that's how you know something's also working.
What I'm super thrilled about now is how much this ramps up Ronda and Becky, which was always the match I wanted to see more than Ronda and Charlotte, and that's the main event for Mania. Hopefully,
it matters where they go.
That's even more better now.
Now, the fact that we were gonna get it, but got it pulled out from under us. It could backfire, but this could definitely help out. I think a lot. It could definitely help out a lot.
I'm still shocked they went with Charlotte versus Ronda. Like, I didn't think they were gonna do it.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big.
I figured they'll just flip it.
I think they were like, I thought
the placeholder now because Charlotte's later. And I figured that would be the placeholder. They literally just flipped it. All right, Charlotte, you're placeholdering, but we'll make
WWE though lately when they have their mind set on something. I thought they weren't going to break that.
Well, they didn't have a choice though. They needed a big match.
Billie Kay versus Ronda Rousey.
Like they wanted Roman's first title win to be at Mania. Well, fuck it, Seth's hurt. It's Survivor Series. Like they've done that kind of thing before when they really have to, and they'll try to make it work. So,
but
you're right. It's against their track record. You're right.
Yeah, the only other option that I think could have been Asuka, based off of how the crowd reacted when Becky was going through the girls. The crowd did pop big time when, I think Scott, you brought it up earlier that they brought when she talked about Asuka when she showed Asuka. But anyway, let's talk about the main event here: Brock versus Bryan. First of all, we know how the overall match went. What were your guys' thoughts before Bryan made a comeback? For real, legit.
It was making me upset.
I said this.
AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar.
One at a time.
Okay.
One at a time.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say it was kind of the same thing as the AJ Styles versus Brock match from last year, where they kind of like started it off. Brock Lesnar did his thing, and everyone was like, "Oh crap, it's going to be this thing." They're going to Mania versus Roman Reigns, and then we're going to have to sit through this. And then AJ Styles made a great comeback. It got competitive. It was a good match. It was like that, but a little bit more Daniel Bryan style, and they really played up the fact that he might have been dead. So,
I agree with that. Watching this, I was like, Matt's probably hating this part, but I hope he remembers last year.
No, it wasn't that. I just didn't want him to die. I just didn't want him to get hurt. That first suplex, the crowd was like,
it was frightening. Like he stopped breathing. Like
I said that on the first punch when he before the first slam.
Oh,
he
just did the punch.
It kind of was a clothesline. Yeah, but it looked like a punch. I was like, and he's dead. I was like, that didn't take long. And he's dead.
I loved it. This is a match I wanted. What was it? 3-4 years ago now. We were kind of leading toward this potentially. I wanted it that whole time. Just seeing Bryan out there, kind of like teasing him around the ring during his entrance, is like, this is just cool. This is going to be fun. And it was. He had to get his ass beat for him, like Daniel Bryan does.
Yeah.
But then it got really fun, just like the AJ match, and they went back and forth. And it was really great. Paul Heyman was doing great over there, looking like he's scared he's going to watch a man die. That was awesome. But they're all playing into it. They know all this stuff, and that's part of the storyline, and that's great. Even though, legitimately you're wondering, don't die, don't die, don't die. I loved it. It was kind of everything I hoped for, but a little different because, Bryan's a heel now. That's a thing they did. But, yeah.
He didn't feel like it, though.
Yeah, I still wanted AJ versus Daniel. I still wanted that.
Yeah,
but
what Pino was saying,
he's
a heel right now, but as soon as he got that kick in the dick, even though it was a low blow, the crowd it was
Brock
he was full on.
Lesnar makes people that are heels into faces and faces.
Yeah.
It's weird because they'll cheer for Brock, but they want to see people cheer against him. He's a weird, unique one that can work both and make
I don't know if
crowds
that's the
work.
case. Because there's been matches where like they just straight up just cheered Brock the entire time. Like
Well, that's what I mean.
I think it depends on how we
Only
love. Like
against
Styles and
That's what I
Bryan
mean.
are different.
Like when it was Rollins and Brock, they were going apeshit for Brock. They loved it. When it was
Rollins
AJ,
was boring at that point though. That was
No,
I remember Rollins being
but
stale.
he was also a heel.
Yeah, and that makes sense.
Yeah.
But Bryan
No, but
just turned, so I wouldn't expect them to not be behind Bryan.
No,
at this
and I
point.
agree with
Just
that. I agree. No, yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. But Brock has a history where the matches are kind of weird when the even a bad guy against him gets a hit and crowd wakes up. They like to see this. They want it. Brock is just a unique one for that kind of stuff right now.
Certainly unique.
Yeah.
This was
I just can't believe we're still seeing pay-per-views ending in the end of 2018 with Brock Lesnar holding up the Universal
Yep, and
Championship.
that's my problem.
I'm sure he's surprised by that.
I mean, I think everyone. I think
because he was
Vince is.
pretty much supposed to be gone to have a
not-
pay-per-view match in February.
You're right.
So
that was wrong.
Not everyone.
Say what you want
Oh,
about say what you want about Brock Lesnar, and yes, initially I was like, oh shit, here we go, same old, same old. But that was the brilliance of this match. It fooled everybody. It was like, oh fuck, we're just gonna get the regular Brock match, and no, we got this awesome little fucking match where Daniel Bryan was firing on all fucking cylinders, selling like a motherfucker. Brock was selling like a motherfucker for
Yep.
Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
This was fucking Vader versus Cactus Jack. Is basically what it
Yeah.
was, and this is like the emergence of possibly like crazy Cactus Jack-esque Daniel Bryan, which is exciting. Like I'm like I actually want to watch WWE TV and see where this fucking goes. It was that
and
good.
that's part of what they did with SmackDown because Bryan said, yeah, this beat out the old Daniel Bryan. He's dead now. Brock did it. I thank him for it, kind of shit. So I was like, okay,
and I
we've
just
turned a
I just-
corner.
I just
No.
Yeah, I just love where he surfboards the fucking arms and starts stomping a guy's fucking head into
those
the ground.
stomps. Yeah.
So good.
Oh, yeah.
So fucking good.
Dude,
When
yeah.
he was
I love the
stomping
match.
on
It was-
Brock, I was like, don't piss him off. I was like, don't hit him too hard.
Yes. But see, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, yes, everybody obviously shits on Brock for. I mean, some legitimate. I mean,
No, not some. Every single one of them is legitimate. Don't fucking hold on. Let's get to the meat here. This
Matt,
is-
time.
Let Matt. Yeah.
Let me spit in here.
uh-huh.
Bomber knew that Brock Lesnar was the best all along. We were dumb. For
He
not
wasn't the
seeing
best in
true-
the world. We know that was Shane McMahon, but yeah, second
There's
best.
no reason for him to have the title. There's none. There's no reason. There's literally no
Well,
fucking
I
reason
can
for
think
him.
of-
Especially
I-
when
I
he's
can-
gonna have.
I can think of
Shut
one
up! I
reason.
shut for all of you. Shut. Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins should have the Universal title and be having his Shawn Michaels run defining his career. And instead, we have a guy who, when he has a really good match, everybody goes, "Oh, thank God that wasn't horse shit."
I never said that.
Wow,
I
what
don't-
a bar that is.
Why don't we just turn
all Lesnar
British?
has to
I
do,
don't
look
understand.
at, shut up. Look at his old work and look at his new work. Look at his old classics versus his new classics. Fuck his new classics.
Are you talking
They're
about Brock?
terrible. He barely does
Bryan?
anything, and people go,
talking
"Oh, that's a
about
lot
Brock.
better than his normal matches where he literally does nothing." I'm sick of it. I don't want him with the title anymore. And yeah, was it a great match? Sure, I really liked it. It was the match of the night. I really liked the match. I'm not fucking willing to have one good Brock match a year. I'm just not. That's why until he loses the belt, I'm not watching Raw because I'm not putting myself through that shit. He's gone again. I'm over it. Take the fucking belt off him, make him into a Rock or make him into a Cena. Bring him back for big matches. I'm all for that. But I cannot fucking stand that we finally ended this nonsense with him shitting all over the title, and now we're back to it again. And the rumor is he's keeping it till Mania. No thank you, Vince.
Oh,
I'm not
jeez.
watching Raw. Go fuck yourself.
Well, okay.
Oh, that hurt my stomach.
Good. That's what Lesnar does to me. Every
Yeah, no, I only want to see the next time I want to see fucking Lesnar is the rematch with Bryan where Bryan kicks his fucking head off.
And it's not going to happen. He's never going to wrestle him ever again. It's done.
Well,
I was
well,
like,
then I
why
never
are
want
they
to see Lesnar
protecting?
again.
Why are they protecting Brock?
because
why
they're
Vince
not-
thinks
they're not
that
protecting
Brock is
Brock.
the draw. That's it.
Guys, they're not protecting.
How are they not protecting him? They
Why
back
does he
and
have
give
to
him the
win
belt
here?
immediately?
This isn't going to make Roman look strong in the end.
Oh, the reason he won was because Raw could sweep. That's why.
No, I mean, that could be why, but I don't think that's what they were thinking when they. I mean, maybe I don't know, but I mean, I don't want to say when you look at it realistically, there's no way Bryan would have ever beat Brock Lesnar. I mean, come
I
on.
don't give a fuck. That doesn't matter. Why do you always bring that up?
Okay.
You do that
Whoa,
with Ray too.
whoa.
It's wrestling. It doesn't fucking
I
matter
do-
what is realistic.
I
Triple
do
H
agree.
fucked a corpse on Raw. Jay,
No, that was
anybody
Kane.
beat
That was
anybody.
Kane. That was Kane. We saw
No,
Kane
that was
do it.
Triple H wearing
no,
a Kane mask.
No, it definitely wasn't. That was Kane. That was definitely Kane.
I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how big they are. It doesn't matter. I'm not looking at this from a real sports standpoint. I'm just done having the Universal title not mean anything because it doesn't mean anything.
But
do you guys feel like it means anything?
I will say this.
Title.
I will say this. The title, not just because of... To me, the only person that has made that title worth anything is Brock.
No, it's not.
The
He's the
title's
main
not
No,
very
Kevin
big.
Owens did a good job.
No, Kevin Owens didn't do a very good job. I'm not saying
nobody
I
has.
love Kevin Owens.
He
Anybody
defended
has.
it a lot.
Not a
He
single
put on a lot of
person.
matches.
No,
Just
that's
because Brock had it long doesn't mean it's good.
no. Nobody has made that title look good. It's
Yeah,
a
nobody
useless
has.
fucking
That's
title.
what I'm
Finn
saying.
Balor
That's
made
what I
it look
just
good
said.
in one day.
Well,
For one day.
Yes,
And
he
they
may
booed
have
the
had
title anyway.
He may have had a great reign, and yeah, that match got overshadowed by the fact that it was fucking red. Well, fuck the fans for that because the match was actually very good. But anyway,
Like,
From a
listen to
real
yourself.
sports
Listen.
standpoint, like, look at MMA from the early days. The small guys were winning a lot over the big guys. It's not a matter of size. It can be, but
yes.
that's not a way to look at it. For
correct.
Christ's
For
sake.
the right
like-
story, and for the right match. This match was a big. This was a just.
So let me ask you then. This is what I would ask you. You are willing
Okay.
to sit through a year of just boring, no champ at the show, no fucking drama to have your main championship. You're willing to sacrifice that to have maybe
To me,
one or two
okay.
good Brock matches a year. That's
Okay.
what you're saying. You're
Well,
saying that's
first-
worth it to me.
Well, first of all, just a couple things. One, Brock does only wrestle 5-6 times a year.
Yeah, so
when
he shouldn't
when
have the
he
title.
has maybe two of 6 matches, which are like really fucking good. That's a pretty good like.
I don't give
like,
a fuck.
overall
That's still only
percentage.
6 matches total, though. It's only 6
No,
matches.
that's
You're
true.
avoiding. You're being a Republican. You're avoiding my question. Answer me.
What?
Oh, hold on now. I'm going to take what you said and not answer it directly by
I
making
just
a
said
full
it was a
statement.
good
I'm tired of
percentage.
only 6
No, it's
matches
not a good percentage.
for the title.
That's pretty
It's not a good
good.
percentage.
Two
at all.
of
It's
6
terrible.
is not a good percentage.
Well,
That's
Yeah,
not
it's
even
not
good
good.
percent.
2 of
Not
6 is
good.
a good percentage.
No,
When
it's
you got
not.
somebody
Do
that
the-
has
do the
maybe
math.
one
This isn't
match.
a baseball batting
30%,
average.
Jake.
No, that's a pretty good percentage when you
No,
look at
it's
guys who
not.
have a lot of
When
matches.
you
Where's the
wrestle
Vegas
for
odds?
have
12
maybe
months,
one.
you should have 100% good.
Yes.
So that's
How-
only
how-
6
how
times,
could
when
you-
everybody else does like 100.
Yeah, how
He
can
works
you?
his ass off to have a good match for his little runs that he does now. Rock comes back and has
Especially-
one good match with. By the way, I want to throw this out here. The last 2 good matches he had were with the 2 best fucking professional wrestlers in our lifetime. So of course they're gonna be fucking good. But when he faces anybody else, they're terrible. They're boring
Now-
and they're just uneventful.
would say
There's
terrible.
2 things. There's 2 things frustrating with that because Brock Lesnar can do better, as we've seen, as we know.
He definitely can.
But he's
a
doing,
great
that's the
professional.
problem. But he's not doing it.
He's
Then
a
the
great
problem is
professional
the
wrestler.
problem is he doesn't have to. He's doing the old Hogan thing of like you get your shit in. It is really all it is. He doesn't have to because it's quote unquote working.
Well-
and there you go. We know we can do better. We want better. We want better more than 6 times or 2 out of 6.
I understand. I would love for him to be a full-time guy. I do. But it's just the fact that he's not. That's just the facts.
So you didn't
He's
answer
just
my
not.
question yet, though.
What's
You
the,
still
what's
have
the
not
question?
answered
What's
my
the
question.
question? What's the question?
You are willing to have a champion who's barely around and who most of his matches are lazy, unenthusiastic, and boring in order to get maybe one or 2 good matches a year from the champ. You're cool with that instead of just putting the belt on a workhorse like Seth Rollins, have him build that title up, have his Shawn Michaels career-defining run, but you're like, oh, no, fuck it, just put on the guy who isn't going to show up for 4 fucking months.
First of all, you said that's the main title. That's not the main title. Is the Intercontinental.
It's the main title on Raw.
No,
it is their
Intercontinental
title.
title is the main
No,
title.
don't.
on
That's
Raw
a
right now.
bullshit. That's a
Yeah,
no,
that's a
bullshit.
dodge.
No,
That's
if
a
it
dodge.
was,
That is.
it wouldn't have been.
Doesn't matter.
Then why
Doesn't
was
matter.
the Universal title the main event of Survivor Series?
Yeah, exactly. Why? Like, that's, come on now. You're
Because
throwing
it was a dream match. That's why. First of all.
No, because it was world title versus world title. It was main title versus main
That was
title.
gonna
It
be
was
the
the main
main-
event.
Well, that too. Yeah, I mean that too. I mean, obviously, yeah. I give
No,
you
but
that.
again, you still hold on. You
The Intercontinental title might be the main
Hold on.
title of Raw.
Scott?
Only be an absence.
He
That's the
still
point.
hasn't answered the fucking question. He is a Republican.
What
I'm
are you
asking-
talking about?
I'm pitching this to you. Lesnar will keep the belt for a full year, and you will
Not a
get
full year.
one
He's not gonna
guaranteed
keep
good
it for a
match,
year.
maybe 2. You're okay with that?
Well, first of all, he's not going to keep it a full year. He'll lose.
I'm not.
By
You're not
WrestleMania.
answering the question.
Well, you just said he's going to keep.
Yes or no?
Yes,
If it was a year.
Yes or no? Are you willing to
If
sacrifice?
it's okay, you're saying if it's a full year. You're saying if
Yes,
it's a full
if.
year.
Yes.
Okay, he didn't say if. He said he's going
Yes, he
to.
did.
So he did. He said
He
it.
did. He absolutely said it.
He's giving you a hypothetical here. Come on.
Okay.
Any
Okay.
form of government.
Okay, well, first of all, if he is the champion for a full year, we're talking next Survivor Series. Am I willing to sit through it? Is that the question? Am I willing to sit through it?
Do you think it's worth it to get maybe 2 good matches in a year, but have the title be completely devalued and pointless? Because that's where it's at right now. Doesn't matter.
The title not even showing up is your point.
Yes, it's not going to be on the show for 4 fucking months if the reports are true and he's not going to wrestle
it'll
again.
be probably.
It just feels like an
probably be
accessory that
WrestleMania.
Brock carries around. That's all that it feels like.
So
Yeah.
yes or no? Like I feel like you're going to say in your head you're going no, but you're trying to find a way to justify him with the belt. Because like it's
honestly, I don't have a problem with it. I don't really have a big problem with it.
a huge problem with it. It's him and the Universal title is directly why I'm not watching Raw anymore. Because what's the point? I mean, what's the fucking point? It used to be that I'd watch the show and I'd go, "There's that top prize that everybody's
Okay,
going
I'll give
for,"
you
and
this.
now the
I'll
company
answer
is
you. Here we go.
telling me,
I'll-
for 3 months, don't worry about it, bro. Intercontinental
For-
title, LOL.
If it comes to next Survivor Series and he's still the champion, then probably yeah, I'd probably have a problem with it. Yes, to answer your question, yeah, I think I would if it comes a full year and he's still the champion. Yes. Now, if it comes to WrestleMania and he loses it in the main event in a big match against Braun Strowman, then I don't think that's a problem at all. I think it was well worth
It's
it as far
an
as
incredible problem. It's the first time in my entire professional wrestling fandom that I've been like, no, I'm good. Fuck it. I mean, the title's not even on. Not going to be on the show, so fuck it. I'm not going to watch.
Matt, I want to compare
I
this
don't
to
know.
something. Hogan as WCW champion during the NWO days would skip stuff all the time, and it was
I never
annoying as
watched that
fuck.
shit. I
But
probably would've
I
thought-
loved that stuff back then.
But
Get
he
here,
still
right?
showed up on night. No, let me
Right.
finish this. He still showed up on Nitro every Monday.
well, he was
always
full-time guy.
around. No, he was always around, but he wouldn't be defending it. So the title was still there and making its note, but it wasn't always being defended. That's the closest I can think of this. They shouldn't be saying every month, Brock Lesnar returns on Monday. No, he should be there. He should always be there.
But-
The point is, there's no drama surrounding the title.
None.
There's
Exactly.
no. It's just
Meanwhile,
like picking
on
a guy like a
SmackDown,
claw's coming down.
got
Oh, Samoa
title
Joe versus
matches.
Brock.
Meanwhile, on SmackDown, there's title matches every time, every pay-per-view, every SmackDown, for Christ's sake, that has a goddamn AJ Styles WWE
and
title
guess what?
defense.
And where's AJ Styles on the card? Midway through the card.
What does that matter? But he just had a
when
long.
Brock
Oh my
Lesnar
God.
shows up, where's Brock Lesnar on the card?
Because
The
he's
main
an
event.
attraction.
Because
If you
he
put
is
The
a
Rock out,
huge
wait, hold on.
attraction.
You're basically saying that, well, if The Rock comes out, obviously he's going to get a better reaction than AJ Styles.
Correct.
Hey, keep AJ Styles off TV for 4 months and then bring him back every 4 months, and he's going to get a fucking awesome pop.
And
It's just
also,
Brock never shows up, so of course he's going to get an amazing reaction. That's because he's never around.
Yeah, okay. Like, listen, Jake.
Here's the-
You're comparing fucking AJ's fucking title run to Brock Lesnar here. AJ shows up. He's the champ. He's always defending his fucking title. It doesn't matter what place it is on the fucking card. The difference is AJ's title run is not a glass ceiling to everybody else on the fucking program. In Raw, there is a stilted, obvious glass ceiling where nobody can really touch the fucking title until Brock shows up 4 months later to defend it.
Here's a thing that I want to. Oh, sorry. I'll let you finish. Sorry.
I'm just saying his title run, his schedule makes this artificial glass ceiling in the promotion, in the brand, that makes the title totally useless. It makes Seth Rollins' title basically the main title, which
I
it
agree.
should not be.
And he's doing
Yeah,
a
it
great
shouldn't
job
matter
with
if
it, though. He's doing a great job
But it
with
shouldn't be, though. It doesn't
No,
matter if he's doing a good
listen.
job. It shouldn't be the main
But
title.
see, I see it. I mean, everybody sees it different ways. I see, obviously, the Intercontinental title as the main title. I see
Well,
the
you are
Universal title.
incorrect.
then what is... Okay,
I mean, you're incorrect. That's all there's to it. If it was the main
Bummer.
title, it'd go on last.
Okay.
Please finish what you're saying, but I want to
Thank
ask you
you.
a question right after.
Sure.
I want to ask you a real important question on that.
Sure.
I'm about over, and I got to play golf with friends, bro.
He's got
Waiting.
golf with friends. Okay, so
I got people fucking waiting.
he's got guys waiting. Okay, so no, I see that as the main title on the show. Yes, he's there every week. He puts on great matches every week. He's great. He's fantastic. No doubting Seth Rollins is great. I see the Universal title as the attraction title. That's just what
so
I. That's how
what
I
I'm
see
not
it as.
seeing is Raw. I'm not seeing it at all until Brock drops the fucking title because I'm over it. I'm not watching. That's all there's to it. The only way that I can tell WWE that I'm done with Brock Lesnar is by not fucking watching Raw when it's on. I just won't watch it. I'll just read about it. It's fine. I'm not missing anything anyway because without the champ there's nothing going on that matters long term.
That's fine. I mean, everybody. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, that's why the business is going to shit for decisions like this. They can't keep doing this.
Technically, the business isn't going to shit.
If it's the attraction title,
they're not doing as well as you think they're doing. I'm telling you, it's all artificial. And the moment that they go on Fox and it comes crumbling down, they're gonna go, "Oh, what happened? We booked like shit, like lazy assholes who blamed the fans for our lazy booking." And then what do you think they're gonna do? Do you think that they're gonna apologize? Or do you think they're gonna double down like every other entertainment industry and go, "Oh, it's the fans that are the problem"?
That's another thing that I kind of disagree with the lazy. I think it's just not as very. I just don't think they're as. No, I don't think it's
cruise control.
Okay.
Their
I don't think that's it. I don't think.
Well, listen. So I'm saying their solution now to booking, because they don't know how to fucking book a babyface anymore, is just turn them heel and then they'll get a great reaction. That's what the fuck is wrong with your company? They've done that now with 4 fucking hot baby faces. Baby faces that are like at the peak, and then they were like, just keep the bland guy on top, and let's turn the really white hot baby face. Imagine if Austin did the Austin 316 and he got that awesome reaction. They went, just keep him heel, brother. No big deal.
Now,
stupid booking. It's lazy, and I think like Road Dogg, we talked about it. No fucking clue what they're doing anymore. And then like they go on Twitter and they go, "Oh, I'm so proud of how good." You're not good. You turned him heel, and people said, "Fuck that," and now they're cheering for him anyway. That's not good booking. They're terrible.
Well, I just think that's the wrong word being used. I don't think lazy is the right word. I just think there's too much programming. No, there's too much programming.
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
There's too much programming,
content.
and
And why is NXT and 205 so good? Because I don't have anything bad to say about those shows.
Focus,
they're great.
Because there's
yes, obviously for NXT, it's 1 hour every week.
Cool. So maybe the problem is it's too fucking long.
They have a pay-per-view every
So you're
5 pay-per-views a year.
Your defense of it is, they're in a tough situation. I don't give a fuck. They have to work with the situation they're in, Bomber. I'm not gonna give them an out just because it's hard. It's wrestling, brother. It's a fucking carny shit show. It should be hard.
I don't think the right word is lazy. I just don't think the right word is lazy. That's all I'm saying. I don't think.
I agree with you there.
I think they're being lazy. I don't give a fuck.
They're being complacent.
Lazy.
It's not laziness.
If they have time
to
they're full of shit, then they have enough time to stop that and work on their fucking product. They're lazy.
You've seen Road Dogg's waistline lately?
They put the title,
He's lazy.
Now that's a different story.
Put the title back on Brock felt lazy to me. I thought that
very lazy.
Lazy. Why not put it on? Well, Strowman's hurt. I get that.
See,
McIntyre just pull the trigger.
Well, okay, but Jake, you were about to say, what are you going to do? There's more than just Brock and Braun. Like, there's plenty on the roster that could... You can elevate someone. Kevin Owens was not supposed to be Universal Champion. Finn Balor is supposed to have it. He gets hurt one day in. All right, now Owens is literally top of the card for 7 months. Cool. That could have happened to Drew. Suddenly, just break him out now. Go for it. And we would have no problem talking about it, and it would have been fun.
Yeah.
Seth or Drew,
crazy?
You could fucking even pull Dolph into it. It would have been believable.
I mean, even Elias, like anybody pulling the trigger on anybody would have been a better idea right now than throwing it on Brock.
It doesn't feel like anyone's competing for the main title. I just feel, like I said,
there's this massive glass ceiling made by Brock's schedule that makes that title worthless because he's holding it and no one can fucking touch it.
And if you look over at SmackDown, you can see that AJ had it for a year, but he had defenses with everybody from Samoa Joe to Rusev. They're believable in world title contention because of that. There's nobody on that level on the other side.
This is really going to get you guys mad at me. But,
that's what you're good at.
But what if this is, I know that you're going to disagree 100%.
This is all part of the plan.
Why speak the words out of your mouth then?
What if it is? They want you to hate Brock so bad.
Okay, I can answer it right now.
I'll answer it. So bad they want him to lose that title.
That
is good shit.
David,
you're going to watch WrestleMania.
Let me answer it. Let me answer this right now. The rumor that Braun got squashed at Crown Jewel was so that people would hate Lesnar and really get behind Braun to eventually get his hands on him. We were already there at Crown Jewel in that moment, but they thought we weren't there yet.
I really hated Lesnar 3 years ago, and they still haven't done anything.
Oh, that is their plan,
He
Bomber.
hasn't put
But
anybody
they're
over.
wrong.
Who has he made look like $1 billion? Other than Goldberg is a
Reigns?
different trait. That's a different trait. He never made
It's a joke.
In the past year, Goldberg,
he made
AJ, and
Styles
Bryan.
look fine, but I would argue that Styles is the one that made Styles.
Yeah,
No,
that's
no,
reverse
but literally,
there.
to your point, Matt, in the past year, Goldberg, AJ, and Bryan, and two of those were
What
on top.
about, what about Reigns?
Damn, man. No, he made him look like
No,
shit.
he did not
Jesus,
make him look good.
Over and over again, he beat him
That
nonstop.
was a disaster.
mercilessly.
No, that
It's a
match where he took out a
disaster.
5F5.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking
Oh,
questions.
horrible.
I'm
And
just
we're
That's
asking.
the WrestleMania main event that none of us will ever speak of. That's it. It's nobody cares. It was a terrible WrestleMania main event. We almost, except for one of us. Gee, I wonder who liked it. It was fucking abysmal.
I
It was worse
didn't.
than Miz and Cena, and I don't even know how that's possible.
No, I never said I liked it. I know you're hinting at me there. I never said I liked
I
it.
remember you saying specifically. You were
I
fine.
know. I
were defending
never
You were
liked it.
defending it
I
100%.
defend. I ridicule the fans for shitting on it before it ever began. That's all I.
Oh, yeah. We're not going down that
say-
half hour again.
We're not.
We're not.
So,
I'm just saying.
let's
I
wrap it
never
up.
said it was
Let's
good.
wrap it up.
Yeah,
in
wrap up.
short, I will not watch Raw in full. I'll watch bits and pieces, the
Actually,
things I have to
you
watch,
kinda missed
as long
out.
as Lesnar is champion.
That's
That's it.
I mean, that's totally your opinion. That's fine. But I
Not
just
my
watched
opinion.
this.
It's me not watching.
Okay,
He's
I mean,
voting
that's
with his
your-
wallet.
That's
I'm
your
done with
right,
that.
I guess. I don't know the right word. I guess that's your right, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
Prerogative.
He's
But-
voting with his wallet, and that's the only way you
that's
can make
fine,
him
but
listen.
I don't know if Raw is voting with their wallet. But
It is. It's still
Ratings.
I get you. I still
they don't care
support the
about
company.
ratings. But
I treat the
No, but
company
they do.
I treat the
I don't
company like I
think they
treat YouTube. I care about the platform. I like WWE. I care about the company. So I always want to try to work and see it into a better area that's going to help it.
Okay.
But I'm not going
Here's
to
the
sit here
question.
and be like, I'm going to suck Vince McMahon's dick dry. I'm going to suck
Okay.
Susan
Here we go.
YouTube CEO's
I got the
dick
question.
dry. Fuck
I
that.
got the question. Everybody was asking questions. This is my first question here. Okay.
it.
Are you willing to, I wouldn't say shit on the other wrestlers who you do like and who you do want to support, all because Brock Lesnar is the champion? Like all the other guys on Raw, you like. I mean, I know Owens is hurt right now, but like Owen, like I know you like Owens. All the other guys, Ronda's great. Like all these other guys that are doing
Tell me
good
this
just
then.
because
I will ask
of
you a
Brock.
question. You just said it, right? And you went, you're not missing anything. I heard that.
No,
Yeah, you're right.
no.
I'm not
Who said
missing
that?
anything.
I didn't say
So,
that.
I'm not missing anything though. Raw is
Raw
completely
was good this
pointless.
past week. I was gonna say
Doesn't matter
you
if
missed
it's
out
good, it's
on Raw this
pointless.
past week.
Nothing is happening on Raw that matters, and that's a problem they've had for years.
Okay.
I can just watch the pay-per-views, and I'm getting caught up on everything.
I can compare this. Heyman used to say how Lesnar not being there was like it makes you want the draw to happen. Imagine reading a Spider-Man comic book, and there's a few issues in a row with no Spider-Man in it. It's still really good, and you enjoy it, but all you're thinking is, man, I wish Spider-Man was in this. That's what this is
I
like. I just
honestly-
want him there. No
Maybe
matter how
you
good
guys-
it is,
I mean,
it's still missing something.
look,
I think that's the point.
I like
it's
Brock.
still missing it no matter
I
how
do
good
like
it is.
Brock. I'm a fan of Brock, if you couldn't tell. I do like Brock, but while watching Raw this past week, which I thoroughly enjoyed, I never once thought, man, I wish Brock was here. The show was
Especially
good.
when Braun
That's
was
all I
talking about
would've
getting
thought.
his hands on Brock.
That's all I would have thought. That's
You
all I
never
would have
missed it?
thought.
Well,
Is where is he?
I mean,
Where is
that's just.
That's it. I
so-
can't. I'm past the point of
That's
just shoveling in
Jake-
their mediocre garbage.
That's
Like I'll
fine.
take their good stuff. 205 Live NXT. I can't say it enough. I'll take their good stuff,
Okay,
but
that's
I'm
fine.
not gonna be shoveled this bullshit where they're like, "Hey guys, what other bullshit storyline can we come up to pretend like it matters that we'll just say, fuck that once Brock is back," because that's what they're gonna do
Well,
again.
Yeah,
Okay. I mean,
they're on
I
cruise.
understand.
We're
they're
going to
on
get an
cruise.
ad.
Cruise control,
weeks-
100%.
I
We are
understand
getting an
what you're
ad
saying.
3 weeks out of the Rumble saying Brock Lesnar returns this Monday on Raw.
Sure,
It's
that's
good.
perfectly
It's
fine.
going to happen. We're
And
already
he-
there.
and he's an attraction, and that's how it should be.
But he
But
shouldn't
No.
be the title holder then. That's
No,
it. He
yeah.
should be an attraction, but he shouldn't be champion. That's it.
Yeah.
If they just fix that one thing, I'd have no problem with him whatsoever. I think he'd be great.
okay. So when
Yeah.
Roman Reigns was champ, you were watching every Raw.
I was happy. Yeah, I did start watching until he
Okay.
got cancer, and
So-
then they gave him the title Brock, and he was literal cancer, so I stopped watching.
So when Brock loses the title sometime next year,
I will give it another chance. Yeah, I can't watch I've been watching a little bit of
does that
SmackDown. Brian's
title
promo
that
was
means
great.
nothing? Does it mean that much to you? I'm just asking.
Wait, yes, because hold on. So
That
you
means
would go and
nothing you
watch.
said,
Hold
though.
on. So you would go and watch a Mission Impossible movie where there was no mission. it was just impossible. That's fucking watching Raw with Brock as champion. Because nobody has any goal. Drew and Braun are like, we need to see who's going to fight Brock in 4 months. It's like, what? I don't give a fuck then. I don't have to watch for 4 months.
But Jake,
so let's put
things going on.
Let's put
none of them are good.
No.
Let's put it into sports terms.
I disagree with that, yeah.
Let's put it into sports terms.
I'm not watching 3 hours of the show for one
fine.
angle.
And there's nothing wrong with that. That is perfectly your...
All the main stuff is basically exhibition stuff while we're waiting for the actual season to start with Brock involved. That's what it's like. There's other divisions, yes, and there's more to Raw than just that. But when you watch guys like Drew and Braun get involved, it's literally just to go after the thing that isn't even there. It kind of doesn't feel like it matters. That's what.
No, it's not that it doesn't. I can tell you what. Look at his title run when he wasn't around before. They literally did an angle that was supposed to shake up management and the whole thing, and then they were like, "Oh, Brock's coming back. Fuck that. Just retcon it. What do you want to do? Just do this thing here. It doesn't matter. Fuck it." Then they didn't even make it a big deal when they brought back like the Triple H Stephanie angle or anything. They literally. I think what they do is Vince and them sit down and go, "Okay, we don't have him for 3 months. Let's do this bullshit storyline. Then when he's back, just retcon it. Fuck it." That's what it is every time with him. And I'm done with. I want substance behind my wrestling storylines. I just want it to matter.
And I stand behind the fact that Lesnar is capable of all these things. He's just not there to do it. That's the part that really sucks. He is awesome, and I want more of it. I don't want it so much.
He's paid to be lazy. He doesn't have to do anything. So let's move on to thumbs up, thumbs down. Let's get out of this bullshit.
Yes, get it over with. Yeah, I do have golf with
thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
I give 2 thumbs up. Like I said, my favorite pay-per-view of the year. I think so.
I like it a lot. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, by the way, just going forward, I do have the David Arquette light tube throat / scale for really bad shows that I will break out for bad shows. But WWE managed to avoid it this past weekend. They had 2 really good shows, and I think Survivor Series was actually the best main WWE pay-per-view of the year so far.
Mm-hmm. And a big shout-out to Arquette without going too far into it. I want to say...
I didn't hear Peanuts. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
I was going to say, I didn't know we all went around.
No, we didn't. Go for it.
See, I'm surprised everyone loves the show. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
But I'm in between. I'll give it a thumbs up, but it's not a 2 thumbs up. I'm just kind of even after going through it, I'm shocked that people are rating it their best show of the year. So I just thought it was weird and messy.
Well, I was going to say there might have been that during it, but there wasn't a lot of crazy, weird stuff outcome from it. Not a lot of interference things. It was just straightforward, which sometimes is just all you need.
It was fun. I thought the show was fun. So, top to bottom. Even the weakest match to me was AOP in the bar, which it was not great. It was not bad. It wasn't good. It was just okay. It was forgettable.
Like I said, I thought it was a good show. I'm just kind of shocked that it's being rated as from you guys as
there might be a level of it was a good show. It wasn't a shit show. Therefore, it gets high marks.
It did have 2 great matches. I guess I could see that with Ronda and
2. I'm talking 2 really fucking great matches. I've on the show.
I agree.
Yeah, and I think that's a lot to elevate it right there. But anyway, so what about Arquette, real quick?
Yes, he cut himself in a death match, which he probably shouldn't have been doing it. But at the same time,
have been doing it.
But let's talk. Hold on, let's talk about this because back when I did backyard wrestling, I did some pretty hardcore type matches. Now, not light tubes, not to the extent he did, but I did thumbtacks, I did chairs, I did tables, I did bleeding, I did the gimmicks because. At the end of the day, I looked into it. His heart's in the right place. This guy started wrestling, getting trained under the radar. It wasn't fanfare. He wasn't promoting it. Then he got a few indie matches here and there, and people were like, oh, David Arquette's wrestling. That's so cool. And he's treated everybody with respect. For the most part, he seems like he is genuine. And so as far as I'm concerned, if he paid his dues and he went through and he got trained, then fuck it. I mean, some people were giving him shit for that, saying, oh, David Arquette has no business being in a death match. Then if David Arquette got trained properly, then nobody has any business being in a death match. Because what the fuck kind of talent do you have to be in a death match anyway? Just pain tolerance. So, hey, it went south. It didn't work out. By the way, it was a freak of nature thing that happened. It wasn't like, his opponent cut his fucking neck or anything. He just took a bump. It went wrong, and it sliced open a part of his neck, and they stopped the match.
Well, I mean...
It was
he
Nick Gage.
moved when he shouldn't have.
Don't. First of all, if you're about to blame Nick Gage, this wasn't Nick Gage.
No, I'm saying.
No, I'm talking to Lee.
It was just wrestling. Death matches, shit happens. I've seen matches where people's veins in their arms have been cut open and they had to fucking run while shit was splitting out. Stuff happens in death matches. There's just nothing you can do about that. So he's said point blank he's done. It was a one and done now. And so I'm like, there were some people still giving him shit, and I'm like, why? I mean, clearly he likes wrestling and he's willing to do anything if he's going to put himself in a fucking death match. So lay off the guy. Give him some slack. He's a true wrestling fan. He's trained. He's not some fucking jabron actor that's coming in and getting a 2-week crash course. He's putting in the effort. His body looks good. He's trying to work out.
He looked good. He looked great.
He cares. So just give him some slack. Let's see what happens. I'm willing to give him the benefit.
I agree 100%.
I'm happy for him. I hope he does all kinds of death matches with mud show, dirt show, bullshit fuckers like Nick Gage. I hope him and Enzo Amore have like a best of 7 series with light tubes. And I hope they both basically just bleed out in the middle of the ring. It'll be great.
I wish him the best of luck, and I'm going to see him probably I'm sure they're going to bring him back to bar wrestling again. So that's where that happened, by the way. And then also
bar wrestling where everyone's like 3 inches from the fucking ring, and there's like light tube dust flowing into their stupid faces.
Light tubes
hurt. Be better. I hope
light tubes don't hurt, by the way.
I hope several of the people sitting around the ring in that match got cancer from the fucking light tube.
Oh my god, dude, Jesus.
Okay, not getting hit with the light tube hurts. Trying to clean one up that breaks in a case.
Oh yeah.
My hands are cut up all the time from that shit. That's the part that hurts, cleaning it up.
My dumbass backyard wrestling self used tons of light tubes, and trust me, they don't hurt. It's a tiny little sting, and it's done. That's what light tubes. It's more of the effect. That's all light tubes are. But yeah,
cleaning it up.
It was a freak accident. Yeah, clean it up may be different. I don't know, but it was a freak accident that happened. First of all, I agree with Zion. I hope for the best for him, but no matter what, I mean, come on. He probably should not have been in a death match.
I mean, he probably trusted Gage though, because Gage is a death match expert. I mean, you're not going to trust Gage.
Gage is a great wrestler. Gage is actually a very good technical wrestler. He just happens to be a death match specialist, and that's. And he was in the ring.
A criminal piece of shit too.
Yes, no, he 100%. Yeah, he was in a drug.
I don't know if you know this though. He was a replacement. Like this was a last minute.
This was supposed to be. I'm not even Joey Ryan. It was supposed to be Joey Ryan.
Yeah, Joey Ryan got hurt.
Oh, why couldn't it have been Joey Ryan against Threats?
I know. Trust me. I know.
So I mean, it was one of those things in wrestling. Shit happens, and I think it's fine. Everything's okay. So good. Let's just move on.
Fuck them all. Fuck all of them. They are the cancer on the wrestling business. Fuck.
I don't think so. I think Arquette is very respectful to the business.
The fact that
he's terrible in the ring. Fuck.
No, what really said a lot to me was when he cut his neck when it happened. The accident happened. He got out of the ring. He was walking away, and he came back into the ring to finish. It was a weird finish where he just like laid down and Gage like, "No, we're not doing that way." And then they fucking went like legit for a second, and they did arm drag. But the fact that he came back in says. That's so legit. Much about Arquette. That's
about wrestling. Yep.
Yeah, he did. That's stupid.
Well, okay.
I mean, I wouldn't disagree with you, but like being in the wrestling business and doing a death match, you got to be a little dumb anyway. And I've kind of done them, so I understand. There's a special kind of stupid like it. Yeah, and I'm a part of it. So
yeah, it is dumb, but him coming back says a lot. So I do
give
him a lot of
you
credit.
Fucking motherfucker with your fucking unload mud show bullshit dirt.
What is happening right now?
Don't know, but I'm gonna fuck Lee tonight because he's making me chummed up.
But anyway, all right, we're getting out of here, guys.
Motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Everybody, I want to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving, and
what's that?
I want to wish you guys a happy goulash giving because I don't celebrate Thanksgiving myself. These guys know about it, but some of you guys don't know.
Ooh, I had hamburger helper today in honor of your holiday bump.
In your bullshit making fun of my tradition, okay? Happy goulash giving, everybody. I want everybody to have a good holiday, and we will see you guys later on in 2 weeks. So see you guys.
All right. Goodbye.
Hamburger helper.
Die, Dory.
God damn.